of these early hamburgers, including those from large herbivores such as mammoth and bison. These caves also contain other groundbreaking archaeological finds, such as these cave paintings found that depict people eating burgers, giving us an idea of the cultural significance of burgers in our prehistoric ancestors' lives. Now, around 10,000 years ago, the wild ox was first domesticated, which led to a consistent production of beef and milk. This led to the invention of the cheeseburger and an explosion of agriculture, which eventually led to the adoption of the hamburger bun. This was pretty sick because previously patties were placed between two large mushroom caps, as can be seen in this cave painting. Problem with that was we didn't know which ones were poisonous or not, and anyone who figured it out had died. As you can probably tell, the hamburger has always been an enduring part of humanity's history, but let me be the first to tell you, it didn't stop there. Hamburgers took hold in a variety of cultures across the world, but one of the more notable occasions was in the Roman Republic in 44 BC. Julius Caesar had just declared himself dictator for life of the Roman Republic, and shortly after had banished his son Caesar II, also known as Little Caesar, for his controversial ideas regarding early Roman pizza. This event had a profound impact on the culinary landscape of the Roman Republic, as with banishing his weird son and outlawing the production of pizza, it created a culinary power vacuum. Early Roman cheeseburgers quickly emerged as the main dish that was consumed, as they were easy to prepare and could be consumed quickly. And the cheeseburger's popularity can absolutely be seen in the cultural works and artifacts discovered from this time period. Roman coins from this period heavily feature cheeseburger iconography, demonstrating the importance of this dish in Roman culture. And beyond that, frescoes found in Pompeii and Herculaneum, two cities destroyed by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, if you were paying attention in school you would know that, depict scenes of people enjoying cheeseburgers at banquets and street stalls. The rise of cheeseburgers also coincided with the rise of the Roman Republic, which facilitated a spread of cheeseburger culture throughout the Mediterranean world. And later on, this would lead to great strides in math and science, such as when Greek mathematician Archimedes was able to calculate an even more accurate number for pi when he was inspired by the cheeseburger he was having for lunch. Oh yeah, that's right, pi. We're talking 3.1415926535897993246264338279520975105209749445. I'm in Ireland right now, visiting one of the most famous locations in Irish cheeseburger history. The McGillicuddy War occurred here, where they fought over the famous Irish Dubliner cheeseburger. These hallowed walls hold more history of the cheeseburger than I could possibly fathom, and it's really incredible to see it in person. But what I'm really here to talk about is the new gift shop that we opened at the museum. There's brand new items for you to get right now at incorrecthistory.com.
The coast of these foreign lands whispers secrets into my ears, secrets telling me this is the best goddamn merch I've ever made.
So head on over to incorrecthistory.com and get some sweet merch and a lesson in the history of cheeseburger culture. But who could talk about the spread of cheese? And another key element of the Danish army was their infamous berserkers. Look at that guy, he's scary. Don't want to mess with him. Leave me out of it. The Berserkers were a group of warriors known for their ability to enter into a frenzied state of mind during battle. And they were fueled by a rare variety of Danish cheeseburger known as the bear burger. And if you have a hard time with context clues, that's bear meat. This burger put the Berserkers into a wild fury that is known to scholars as a bear burger meat rage. I mean, these guys were absolutely insane. We're talking like ripping people in half, running around the battlefield and roaring like a bear, like they're a furry too into character, but like in a scary way. Some of these Berserkers were particularly fearsome and earned their spot in legends, such as Eric Bulf Sandwich, who led a group of Vikings on a daring raid on a heavily fortified English castle, discovering a treasure trove of invaluable cheddar cheese. Ragnar Lothbrok, who is known for single-handedly slaying over 100 English soldiers in the Battle of Assadon, all while eating a cheeseburger. And who could forget Gudrun Berson, who led a cavalry of bear-riding berserkers that tore across East Anglia, striking terror into the hearts of the English. When King Sweyn's heir Canute was crowned King of England, he brought the Danish cheeseburger culture with him and is often considered by scholars to be the very first Burger King. And after his death in 1035, the Burger King monarchy sought to expand its influence to the mythical land of Vinland, known to us now as Toledo, Ohio. Of course, in the history of the burger, some stories are held by individuals. Such is the case with Van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh is one of the most celebrated and well-known artists of the modern era. His works, characterized by dynamic brushstrokes and bold colors, are renowned for their emotional intensity and vivid representation of the human condition. Basically, the guy could paint. And while much has been written about Van Gogh's turbulent life and artistic vision, few have chosen to delve into his lesser-known period of inspiration: his dreams of cheeseburgers. Van Gogh's cheeseburger period began in the summer of 1888 in the town of Arles in southern France. Look it up, I dare you. He was there. According to the letters written to his brother Theo, he was plagued by dreams of a mysterious food that he had never encountered before. A sandwich consisting of a juicy beef patty, melted cheese, and crisp lettuce and tomato, all served on a toasted bun. Though initially confused and disoriented by these dreams, Van Gogh soon became fixated on them, painting and sketching images of cheeseburgers in his spare time. And these cheeseburger-inspired works were a departure from his usual subject matter. Instead of making landscapes and portraits, he was creating abstract, expressionistic pieces. One such work, titled Cheeseburger Sunrise, depicts a towering cheeseburger in a field against a vibrant orange and yellow sky, evoking the feeling of warmth and comfort that Van Gogh associated with the food. And despite the intensity of this cheeseburger-inspired art, Van Gogh never exhibited these works publicly. Scholars speculate that he feared that his peers would reject his unconventional subject matter. I mean, the guy was making giant paintings of cheeseburgers in 1888, so, I mean, it was avant-garde. Nevertheless, the influence of this period can absolutely be seen in Van Gogh's later works, which incorporate elements of his cheeseburger-inspired style. For example, his painting Starry Night Over the Rhone features bold, swirling brushstrokes that evoke the same feeling of movement and energy as his earlier cheeseburger works. And while much of this cheeseburger art has been lost to history, its impact can still be felt in the enduring legacy of one of the world's most beloved artists. Okay, let's talk about World War II. America is often considered to be a highly cheeseburger-centric society in modern times. And throughout the history of the nation, that could absolutely be argued to be true. However, it wasn't until America involved itself in the European theater in World War II that the cheeseburger really started to take hold of American society. Due to the massive demand that the wartime supply chain placed on American industry, the US government had to enforce food rations on the American public. Meat, cheese, bread, and various other grocery items were unable to be purchased without a government-issued food coupon. And this was due to the fact that the US government had figured out that cheeseburgers were the ideal food to properly satisfy soldiers on the front line. US Army soldiers were supplied with Type C rations that almost always contained cheeseburgers. And the strength and vitality that the American soldiers got from consuming these C-ration cheeseburgers allowed them to make great strides and turn the tides of the war. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, cheeseburgers beat the Nazis. Some soldiers even reported in these questionably obtained Pentagon files that they obtained a certain level of superhuman ability. Others simply reported having a noticeable increase in sweating, and this was later referred to as a condition known as the meat sweats. Either way, upon returning to America, these soldiers were celebrated for their bravery, and with it, the cheeseburger was viewed as an enduring symbol of patriotism. Of course, not all things regarding the history of the burger were sunshine and roses, okay? And that was definitely not the case with the 1985 Hamburglar murder trial. The 1985 Hamburglar murder trial was a significant event in American legal history that captivated the nation's attention. The case involved a notorious criminal known as the Hamburglar. Yes, he is real. The Hamburglar was accused of committing regicide towards the reigning monarch of the Burger King Kingdom, Burger King, as he was traveling in and out of his diplomatic trip to the White Castle. Allegedly, the Hamburglar had been witnessed snooping around the area near where the king had been killed by 5 guys who were traveling through the area for a checkers tournament. 2 of the guys, Allen and Wright, promptly called the police, while the 3 others, Culver Hardy and his brother Carl Jr., attempted to detain the Hamburglar until Officer Big Mac could arrive on the scene to arrest him. Let's just say this did not go as planned, as the Hamburglar would then steal the 5 guys' white Ford Bronco, leading to a 45-minute-long police chase that was televised live on news channels across the nation. It is estimated that over 91 million people were watching these broadcasts. Eventually, the Hamburglar was arrested and placed into custody, and the murder trial would begin. The prosecution's case was based mainly on circumstantial evidence and eyewitness accounts, which suggested that the Hamburglar was the killer. However, the defense team, led by Ronald McDonald and Grimace, suggested that the prosecution's evidence was flawed and that the Hamburglar had been wrongly accused. One of the more famous moments from this trial was when the prosecution pressured the Hamburglar to try on one of the critical pieces of evidence: a cartoonish red glove found at the crime scene. Some legal scholars like to argue that the reason why the glove did not fit the Hamburglar was because he was already wearing an identical red glove, but nonetheless, this resulted in the controversial acquittal of the Hamburglar. This entire situation would later be recounted by the Hamburglar in his biographical true crime book, I Killed the Burger King, or Did I? Hee hee. Despite everyone in the world mysteriously forgetting that the Hamburglar trials ever happened, Burger King would still continue its streak of bad luck with the... In 1993, Burger King, after suffering the loss of their beloved king 8 years ago, sought means to reinvigorate their brand. What they ended up doing is partnering with popular game developer Nintendo to promote the release of the highly anticipated live-action Super Mario Bros. Movie. This promotional meal included a special burger known as the Bowser Burger, designed to look like Bowser's shell with spikes protruding from the bun. However, what started as a clever marketing strategy ended in a PR disaster for both Burger King and the Mario movie. According to reports, the recipe for these Bowser Burger spikes had accidentally been changed somewhere down the production line after the taste test had concluded. That ain't good. The spikes were initially meant to have a softness that was similar to the bun that they were on top of, but instead they ended up having a hardness of 8.5 Mohs. Mohs is a scale of mineral hardness used in geology, with diamond at the top at 10 and talc at the bottom. In comparison, the human tooth has about a 5 on the Mohs scale, so if you're doing the math, the Bowser Burger spikes were harder than teeth. As a result, many of the customers that ordered the Bowser Burger ended up with injuries, specifically to the roofs of their mouths. Burger King was quick to respond, issuing a public statement and pulling the Bowser Burger from their menu, but the damage had quite literally already been done. Across the nation, there were large, angry mobs of angry moms going from Burger King to Burger King and burning them to the ground. They were fucking pissed, dude. This controversy also affected the Super Mario movie, as parents who had planned to take their children to see the movie became wary of anything associated with the franchise. This created a cloud of doubt over the entire Super Mario brand, and the movie ultimately failed to live up to expectations. I mean, take a look at the box office data. This is a lift from Wikipedia, just look it up. Of course, this is basic knowledge in the history of burgers, but there are some classified secrets that have eluded even the most experienced historioculinariographer, such as... The year was 2011, and a group of researchers at Stanford University were working on a revolutionary project, a type of burger patty that had the same exact taste and texture of meat, but was made entirely of plants. Some would call it an impossible burger. And while this concept was controversial, the team of researchers believed that this technology could help for breakthroughs in other fields, such as finding the cure for cancer, or solving fusion energy. Hello? And they were on the cusp of success, mind you. They only had a single drop of soy protein left in order to finalize their creation. They were almost there. However, what the researchers were not prepared for was what happened next, because basically without any warning, Hell Portal. Okay, listen, there's a reason why a lot of this history stuff gets swept under the rug, and that's because very often in the true history of things, Hell Portals open and demons emerge. I don't know what to tell you. It's a lot easier to do than you would think, and there's like 100 ways to do it accidentally, and most of the time when it happens, it's a huge pain in the ass. Especially because in this case, this was a class 5 Epsilon Hell Portal, which is, oh god, that is not, because you've got goobos. You don't want to mess with a goobo. Greasy, sentient pillows with no cover. Those ants that ate the guy in Indiana Jones' Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, the movie, but like twice as much. It's not good. An entire pride of lions with male pattern balding and an ability to smell fear. That is real bad. That one goose that lives by the pond in the park, you know, the one that's incredibly aggressive and attacks children? Yeah, no, he's here too. Billy Mays, but he doesn't introduce himself. Like in an egotistical way, as if we're supposed to know what his name is already, which is just fucked up, man. Emotionally intelligent frat guys. That's actually not that bad. Alternates. Bit of a niche reference, but if you know, then you know it's bad. Fat cactus again. I mean, look at the size of that thing. A perfect taco, except that there's razor blades in it. Halloween candy, except they're filled with marijuana and weed. A little nymph that follows you around and waits until you're in public and then starts just screaming racist shit in your voice. Big, tall giraffes, and they with a machine gun neck. I have no idea how that's gonna look in editing. The researchers were able to close the portal by saying Bloody Mary 3 times in a mirror, but this disaster raised questions about the nature of meddling in forces beyond our understanding. Some saw it as a reminder to not play God, and it was to remind the scientists of their limitations. However, I've known for years that there was a third party in play here. Those who believe that burgers or any food should stay simply to their historical recipes. My second U2's figure is now available at U2s.com right now, my dude. This time around, it's Grillmaster Ted, heir to the ancient lineage of Grillmasters, and man does he look good. He's got his trusty grill as well as a hefty supply of cranburgers. Don't ask me if they're FDA approved, they're not. If you're planning on getting one, then you should get one now, because once these bad boys sell out, they're gone forever. So head on over to U2s.com right now and get one today. It's October. Everybody knows what season it is. It's the season of fear. People are out scaring each other left and right, all right? I was walking down the street the other day and I got scared about 11 times. Let me ask you a simple question. What is more scary than pizza? Pizza's got a very long and very accurate history, and I'm pretty sure that pizza's been used to assassinate at least 5 high-ranking politicians, and don't tell me that I'm wrong, because I was one of the assassins. So we're making pizza today, but I had to add a little bit of a Halloween pizzazz to it. I did some heavy research. I asked around, all right? I looked at polls. I looked at stats. I even went on yahoo.com. Who even does that anymore without feeling like a piece of shit? And without further ado, folks, I present to you the best pizza making costume in the world. I'm making pizza from scratch, but I'm a pirate and one of my hands is a hook. Pirate microphone. You may be asking yourself, Ted, why the hell are you making pizza as a pirate? Pirates are made to make pizza. We've been making pizza for thousands of years. Have you ever heard of Jack Sparrow? Yeah, well, screw that guy. He doesn't know a damn thing about pizza. Let's talk about Pizza Beard. He put fucking limes on his pizza so he wouldn't get scurvy because he's a smart pirate, okay? Today we're gonna be making a pizza from scratch. And when I say scratch, I mean scratch. For starters, we're gonna be making the dough homemade, which requires the usage of yeast, which I have never done before. Second of all, we're gonna be making the tomato sauce homemade, which required a lot of fucking tomatoes. And the fucking toppings, man, they're fucking fresh, man. So cheers to that, my friends. Let's start with the dough. Walk the plank! So why don't we go over the ingredients to make the pizza dough? Here we go, we've got the ingredients. It's gonna be fucking great. Fuck. So for starters, we're gonna need 1.5 cups of warm water. The ingredients here say 105 degrees to 115 degrees. So I'm just gonna go over to this. I'm gonna turn it on. We need 1 package of active dry yeast. Every single time that I went to a grocery store, I bought another packet of active dry yeast because I was nervous, I guess. 3 3/4 cups of bread flour. 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. 2 teaspoons of your finest and sexiest salt, and then 1 teaspoon of sugar. It's time to check out the water and see how the water's doing. Okay. Oh, that water is boiling. Uh-oh. That's, God damn it. That is way too warm. Fuck. Okay. Gonna need to wait until, the water isn't warm anymore. Holy shit, this water's still at 176 degrees. 177? 178? 179? Place the warm water in a large bowl and sprinkle the yeast over the warm water and let it sit for 5 minutes until the yeast is dissolved. I gotta cut this open like that, I guess? All right. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, so we need to add the flour, salt, sugar, and olive oil to the yeast. I do not have a mixing paddle attachment. Okay. Honestly, not having too much of a problem using this hook yet. 1, 2, 3, yeah. 2 teaspoons of salt. Fuck! Oh, thank God. I thought I was gonna have to use a fucking salt shaker. This makes things a lot easier. 1. So, why? I plugged this in. You guys should be impressed in the first place that I have a mixer, okay? That's in itself is impressive. Here we go. This hook does not do very much work on holding something still. This is definitely not the correct way to be going about this right now. What's with all this shit on here? Get off! How am I gonna get all this shit off of here? Why did I think that working with dough would work with a hook? Oh my god! Oh no! 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 One of my spinneroo guys totally fucked up by the thing. Does this count as dough? At this point, we progress onwards to the kneading. It should be a little sticky or tacky to the touch. That is a little sticky. Let me knead this with my hook. This is how the original pirates did this shit. I'm digging the direction in which this is going. You bounce it off the hook. You catch it with your hand, you smack it. I had assumed that this would have been the hardest part, and it didn't go, it didn't go that badly. We've got to spread a thin layer of olive oil over the inside of a large bowl. Pizza dough is oily, that's for sure. How do I open this? Come on. No. Ah! I just totally cut myself on a fucking plastic wrap container. Ugh. How to do first aid whilst pirate. This is probably going worse than any video I've ever done. I'm gonna do this cling wrap without the hook. So the cling wrap was a disaster. You are a curse, aren't you? The next step that we need to do while we wait for this dough to rise is we need to make...
Blimey!
Fuck. It's time to make homemade tomato sauce. So we've got a couple things that we need for the homemade tomato sauce. Why don't I just get those out right now? All right, here are the ingredients for the tomato sauce. 1 medium onion, 2 stalks of celery, 2 medium carrots, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 cloves of garlic. I'm using the peeled version because I don't want to fucking deal with garlic right now. It's asking for a good handful of flat leaf parsley. I found parsley. I don't know what flat leaf parsley is, but I got this. And then finally, it asks for 4 pounds. You know what? Ugh, I can't deal with that right now. This whole video, bad idea. We're really just gonna have to go with that because I can't do this much longer, man. Let's chop this fucking garlic. I want Binging with Babish to bring me on his show. I think I would do a really good job. So we've got the garlic and we've got the other fucking things cut up into a million pieces. That's great. Using fresh tomatoes. They will have to be prepped by skinning them, straining the seeds from the pulp, and dicing them into pieces that will cook evenly. So I have to skin these tomatoes. This is making things a lot harder. Pretty much every part of this is miserable. This is how we're going to peel the tomato. Check it out. God. I'm gonna put the hook in the tomato. Yeah, actually that works. Nope, it doesn't work. They call me the top tomato peeler in the academy. They said, hey, we need you for tomato peeling. And I said, sure. God, this is getting wet. For this part of the recipe, it seems slightly impossible for me to use my hook. You know, back in the day, when I was a wee pirate in pirate training camp, they taught me a little thing called how to grow your hands back. Look at how much fucking tomato shit I've got. This is insane. Do you see the skins of the fallen? Are you looking at this? Let's see if this works. Yes! Definitely too liquidy. That looks like a strawberry smoothie, I gotta say. This is already hard even without the hook. God damn it. I have to skin all of these tomatoes.
What's up, Theodore Roosevelt?
William, how do you peel your tomatoes?
What are you doing?
I'm peeling tomatoes for a video, and it's a pain in the ass. How do you go about doing it? I'm trying to make tomato sauce.
Okay, I don't understand how you peeling them.
I'm using a good grip peeler, pro swivel peeler.
Like a potato peeler?
Yeah? Is that what I'm supposed to?
Using a potato peeler to try to peel tomatoes? I've never peeled tomatoes, but the only time I've seen people like in recipes is they throw them in boiling water really quickly, like blanching, I think it's called. So you take the tomato and you throw it in boiling water for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then you pull it out like just really quickly to burn the skin, and then you cool it down with water or ice water or whatever, and then the skin just like falls off.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've never seen someone peel tomatoes with a potato peeler. How long have you been peeling tomatoes for?
William, I gotta go. So apparently I need to drop the tomatoes in the boiling water, and then after 60 seconds, I take them out with this spoon and I put them in the ice bath. Here we go. Oh, oh. Oh, it's splitting. It's splitting. They're blanching. We put the tomatoes in the water. Are you kidding me? Oh no. I could have done this the whole time. It just pulls right off. To be fair, the only thing the instructions said online was to peel them. I knew nothing about this. This is revolutionary, according to the recipe that I've been looking at. Pureeing it is an option. We could just place all these tomatoes in here and it would count as the proper situation for the tomato sauce. Heat 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a large saucepan on medium heat and saute the onion, celery, and carrots until they are soft and no liquid is being released from them. You got it, baby. I don't know how much that will be, so I'm just going to keep pouring until I think it's appropriate. Oh, I need to make a handful of flat leaf parsley. Fuck. I think this is working. I've got no idea, honestly. I have no fucking clue. I feel like I'm in Gordon Ramsay's kitchen, but also it's in hell. And there's like racism everywhere or something. I don't even know. Mix in the tomatoes and herbs. This shit, and then the fucking tomato shit. Here we go. Yeah! I'm gonna bring it to a boil. I'm gonna make that shit purr. What? Oh, I gotta add in seasoning. I gotta add in the salt and pepper into the... No! What? Oh, God! No! We shall simmer it for 30 minutes while I try to figure out what the hell happened to my fucking life. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, I'm gonna fuck this up, definitely. Oh shit, I actually made tomato sauce. Why does it always work out? Is this a curse? All right, folks, it's time to make the pizza. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. No video has taken me this long to make. It is fucking 12:30 in the morning. That tastes like tomato sauce. That looks like dough, I think. So first of all, we have to preheat the oven to 475 degrees. Pah! Oh, oh, no. I'm flattening it and I'm stretching it out. I am the pizza man. Oh, this is how they do it in the pizzeria. This is how they do it in the big town. This is how they do it in New York City. That's a 10-inch thing. You know what time it is. It's time to put the sauce on the pizza. Let's try it. Behold. The sauce is on the pizza. So what's the next step, you may be asking yourself? And that is the toppings. Cremini mushrooms, feta cheese, mozzarella, parmesan, gourmet pepperoni. Hopefully, it'll turn into a golden glory. That's a cheesy pizza. All right, folks, so now all we gotta do is put this pizza in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Hopefully we'll have ourselves a pizza. If we don't, I'll be really disappointed. That's the pizza right there. We're gonna try a slice. Oh, that... I mean, that tastes good. That tastes like pizza. I mean, it looks like a nightmare. Let's be honest with ourselves. It looks like a nightmare. This is a very edible product, and I haven't eaten food in 8 hours. This is like a message from God for me. okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the YouTubes that I just launched. That's on youtubes.com right now. And make sure to check out my second channel, Ted Nivison Live. That's where I post all of the highlights of the live streams that I do at twitch.tv/TedNivison. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next time. Hopefully in not as miserable of a state.
That's some cap.
Okay. Okay, so TikTok live streams have gotten worse, I think. About a year ago, I made a video on the wacky world of TikTok live streams and what various grimblies and creatures roam within its musky environment. Now, it's been a year, which means that the entire environment of TikTok live streams has had a whole year to mature. We were in 5th grade at one point, and now, shit, we're about to graduate elementary school. Last time we saw our friend Galaxy Kid, he was freaking out about not having people send him galaxies while he built a card tower. And we saw a variety of other TikTok live streams that were designed to either trick, goad, or just beg people for money on TikTok. So I've dove back in, and we're gonna be taking a look at how TikTok live streams have developed over the past year. Starting with first, edging streams. Not that kind, okay? Not that kind. Couldn't think of a better name, but you're gonna understand why I'm calling them this. This type of TikTok live stream is great because they set up a scenario where the streamer is about to do something and they keep the viewer on the edge of their seat. And they often require certain donation goals in order to do the thing. Why is this different than something like a Twitch stream with normal donation goals? Well, 90% of the time, the stream revolves entirely around that goal. There's no funny commentary or any other entertaining aspect to the stream. It's literally just the streamer hyping up the big finale, the big kahuna, or in the case of this stream, pop in that big fucking balloon. The biggest balloon that you've ever seen. I don't even know what this is made out of. I bet you're wondering what's gonna happen if they pop it. They're not going to pop it. Ever. Now, how do they get away with just not popping the balloon? It's right there. It's ready to be popped. Well, they create a little bit of drama between the characters on this live stream on when to pop the balloon.
5. Bro, we need more people. No way, guys. Wait, wait. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Stop, wait. Only 400 viewers. We need more people. We need 2K viewers and we will pop it this people. Let's do it, bro. Let's do it, no?
This is like watching a deep cut performance art or a ballet. Look at the way this guy moves his hands. He has no intention to pop that balloon. He's not even holding something sharp. That's a fucking air pump. And for the rest of the time that I was recording this stream, the guy behind the camera just has his phone out and he's telling everyone to like follow this other account that he's trying to boost. And then the view count of this live stream just starts to plummet because they all realized, oh, hey, this guy's just not gonna pop this balloon. He just started filibustering on this live stream. And nobody wants that unless your favorite show is C-SPAN. And personally, I would rather shoot myself with a gun. You know, the weapon. Before we continue, this video is sponsored by Opera GX, baby. Opera GX is on a mission to help you break up with the boring milquetoast browsers you've been using your whole life and have fun while doing it. And if you're part of the gamer nation, well, Opera GX is the browser for you. For starters, default browsers hog PC resources, but Opera GX ain't that kind of browser. It's perfect for when you want to keep a bunch of tabs open, but you don't want your browser to hurt your gaming performance. They've even got a panel that lets users limit the amount of CPU and RAM that they're willing to let their browser use. And listen, default browsers are boring. Come on. Opera GX offers a ton of customization. And with the GX store, you can now find ways to flip your browser 180 with one click and pretty much change anything you want. You can change the background music, keyboard sounds, opening and closing tabs, themes and colors of the browser, and so much more. And finally, they make it incredibly easy to switch browsers, as Opera GX is equipped with an import tool that allows you to quickly import all of your settings from a previous browser to Opera GX, like browsing history, bookmarks, and cookies. It's also compatible with every Google Chrome extension. Use my link below to download Opera GX today, and thank you so much for Opera GX for sponsoring this video. And now let's get back to it. Later on in my search, I ran into another one of these streams, and I started to notice some suspicious things.
If you guys want your name painted on this balloon with wet paint, we're doing it for the witch gift today to celebrate Halloween.
Okay, so first of all, it's November 15th when I'm recording this. Halloween? What the fuck are you talking about? I also noticed that he was not saying an accurate number to how many people were watching the stream.
Paint you up there for the witch gift. 7,100 people are here right now. Holy cow. Bro.
And then I realized, oh, okay, I know what's going on here. This is a recording that someone took of someone else's stream and started playing it on their own, which kind of really nails in how soulless this type of live stream is. Someone else can get a screen recording of these people's live stream and then just repurpose it to get more roses or whatever the fuck they're sending on TikTok Live. Despite this being a recording though, I wanted to see that fucking balloon pop. Maybe that's why I've made 2 videos now on these TikTok live streams, is because I am being victimized by these TikTok live streams. That's maybe that's why. I want people out there like me to have a fighting chance. So I turned on a screen recording and I put my phone on my desk and I just let it sit there. So I'm gaming away, getting some chicken dinnies on PUBG. And I turn back to my screen and the live is ended. So I'm like, fuck yeah, the balloon must have popped. Let me go look at the recording. And this is how the live stream ended.
Let's crush this thing together, brother.
Okay. All right. They ended it without a conclusion? Are you fucking kidding me? That is diabolical. I'd go as far to say that's dastardly. Yes, I would. That's evil. It's not necessarily because I didn't get to see the conclusion and that I didn't get to see the balloon pop. I would have loved to. I would have been delighted. I would have even been charmed. But I'm just thinking of all those poor people that were sitting, hundreds of people that were sitting in the live and sending money so that they could see the balloon pop, and that person just grabbed all their money and fucking went for the hills? Are you kidding me? Imagine little Jimmy just yay high, got his mom's credit card, he's spending money, he's spending cash, and the live ends and all he sees is his reflection in the black mirror of his own sadness. Are you kidding me? If I was little Jimmy, I would run for the hills. I'd get one of those sticks, you know the ant that's ready to like run away? Some bread in there, some jam, $20, going for the hills. That's where I'm going. I'm leaving town. It's messed up, but the lies don't end there. The next live stream I found was this person who posted a TikTok in a convenience store saying this.
What happens if hide in the store for 24 hours? Doc, doc, doc. Check my life.
So they're basically implying that they're going to be live streaming themselves in this store for 24 hours. But when you go to their live stream, there is nothing to indicate to us that he's in an actual store. He's just not in a store. He's in his bedroom. So he went to the store, recorded the TikTok, went home, posted the TikTok, and now he's streaming in something that he has spent zero effort to make look like he's in an actual store. Where exactly in the 7-Eleven are we supposed to expect this to be happening in? What part of a convenience store has a residential sliding door? Not only that, but all of his attempts to get people to send money to him are centered around him being encouraged to break his own cover.
Someone's there. Wait. Hello?
So there is no way that he would not be caught doing that. This guy's got Sneak 100 and the universe that he is living in is Skyrim.
Hello?
Did you just hear that? Yeah, that was weird. Can you go see what that was? Yeah, it sounds like somebody's in the back. I'm gonna go look. Huh. Must have been the wind. We're in a building. It's also not like he's tricking anyone. The entire chat is just saying cap the whole time. They're all just saying cap. Nobody believes he's doing this. People are probably getting their entertainment out of watching him pretend that he's in a store. He's the one doing the scam and he believes it the most out of anyone. Now, in order to get these viewers into these TikTok live streams in the first place, these creators need a good hook. So something has emerged on TikTok I'll refer to as bait video, which is a normal TikTok that explains their live stream and gives a call to action to the viewer to come join their live stream. Basically being like, come on in, the water's fine. Put me in a hot tub, editor. Hey, come on in, the water's fine. Every TikTok live stream is just like a hot tub with a weird old dude being old and weird. So for instance, the Balloon Boys from earlier used it this way.
I'm live right now. If I'm holding the popper like this, that means the world's biggest balloon pop's happening. But if I'm holding the popper like this, that means no pop. The pop is not happening if I'm holding the popper like this.
Taking advantage of someone's curiosity and then trapping them in the purgatory of almost popping a giant balloon. Pop the balloon. When are you gonna pop that balloon? I gotta see that balloon pop.
Because I am waiting. Right here.
So you might be wondering, why are they doing this? Sure, it's good to have people entering your live stream, but why do they seem to be intentionally pissing people off? From what I've gathered, based on how these creators on TikTok behave, it appears that any sort of interaction with a live stream can help it do better. So grinding the gears of every single person they can find to the point where they're replying to comments is sort of helping their live stream in the end, because they're causing more people to come in and investigate for themselves and also get pissed. And usually they're doing some sort of other insanely shameless behavior, like when I stopped in, they were pouring ketchup on their head while just walking around their kitchen.
I think Angie's got a catch-up problem.
I just want to know what they say their job is. Do they say they work in accounting? I would never admit this. And I'm sure maybe half of the people there were just waiting to see them blink. I think my favorite thing is that clearly they're lying in order to get viewers into their live stream, but in a classic internet fashion. They've made a thumbnail for every single one of their teasing bait videos with the caption, "This is obviously a joke, laugh crying emoji." Huh? What is the joke exactly? It's not sarcasm. You're not being facetious. You're just saying the same statement over and over again. What's the punchline? That you lied? Okay, moving on. On the last video, I talked about all of the various reverse psychology streams that exist on TikTok Live. You've got Galaxy Kid, the massive amount of sleep streams where like, oh, don't wake me up. Don't send money to wake me up. And then the ones where they pitted politicians against each other in like weird cartoon races. Since then, the reverse psychologists have taken something that is a little bit near and dear to all of our hearts and has never been corrupted before. That's right, I'm talking about Minecraft. This is a horrifying stream. Watching this feels like I'm one of those people that attended the Bored Ape NFT party where they use those like high-power medical disinfecting UV lights as decoration, aka my eyes hurt. I guess someone out there created a mod for Minecraft that has a TikTok integration system where the only goal of the streamer is to build like 4 layers of blocks in Minecraft. And the viewers predictably can send money to destroy it. And it's not just the first guy I found. There's a massive amount of people using this mod. Like a shit ton of people are doing this. Sometimes they'll put a little face filter on that makes it look like they're absolutely miserable. And sometimes they'll provide a little bit of commentary of their own. It's like a modern day retelling of Sisyphus. This man is doomed to continue building these blocks in Minecraft for eternity. And there's another stream that is very similar to that tale. Like this GTA 5 mod where the streamer is doomed to keep running up a hill. And the viewers are sending cars down the hill trying to knock him down.
Yo, K, listen. Don't do that, K. Don't do that, K. Yo, Chrissy, don't.
I will admit, this one feels less like they're clocking in for misery for hours at a time. This feels more like that one Fall Guys map, which is pretty sick. Personally, I don't know if I could do this for more than an hour, so I hope that they're making like a shit ton of money. No, actually, I don't. I hope that they're losing money. I hope that their power bill is so expensive running this mod that they lose money. Now, there is one type of TikTok live stream that I have not spoken about yet, but it's arguably the biggest and most prominent TikTok live trend that has happened this year. It has in many ways taken the TikTok live streaming community by the balls and is milking it dry. This trend, of course, is the NPCs.
Roses, oranges, lemonade, burgers too.
These are the most dedicated of TikTok live streamers. Those who have chose to dive so far down the rabbit hole of TikTok live that they have forfeited their own humanity. Don't know what I'm talking about? Watch this.
Roses. Smells almost as good as Monster. Roses.
This is basically where someone is pretending to be an idle character in a video game. And when people send them money, they'll say a specific line from their character, whatever it is. And apparently, if you're successful at this, you can make a lot of money. One streamer in particular, Baby Doll, who you may have seen before online, has made around $3,000 on average from one day of streaming this stuff at her peak. But what they don't really talk about is how awkward things can get in between donations. Now, these NPC streams don't just need to be one person, though. And I think that's when it gets even more fascinating to watch.
Ice cream.
I love ice cream.
Let's turn it up.
Yep.
Galaxy and I'll kiss her.
Well,
500,000 likes and I'll do a gum clap. Corn. Corn. First gifter. Yes, drink this.
Ooh, energy.
This, what do you think they argue about? Like, what does a couple who does TikTok NPC live stream squabble on? When I see stuff like this online, I try my best not to be a hater. But I am so glad that I will never stoop to this level unless I was doing it ironically. I think my next favorite thing is when an NPC streamer is sent so many donations that they literally cannot stop saying the same thing over and over again, like this one.
I'm hungry. What's for dinner? 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 I'm hungry. What's for dinner?
Jesus Christ, change your donation goals. You're going to hurt yourself. After doing all of my digging into these live streams, after seeing all these giant balloons that never pop and NPCs that won't stop talking, I stumbled upon one final live stream. And I think I found what is the final evolution of a TikTok live streamer. This is the final stage of a TikTok streamer's life cycle. They begin to morph into the very essence of what they seek. Just a human person that pays taxes, who has placed themselves in a giant sewn suit with balloons on the inside, wandering around a set seemingly inspired by TLC's popular hit show, Hoarders. And you'd think that this is unique to this live stream until you start listening to what they're saying. They are still, even in this sorry state, asking for a galaxy. It never ends. And when they're done, they get out of the suit, they put it in their closet or wherever they keep it, they go downstairs and they have to make themselves a meal and they have to go to bed that night. And this is their job. And I think that's kind of beautiful. So to answer the question, have TikTok...
You guys keep calling me emo. Damn it, Jesus! Quick, get him!
So now that you're as deep in this as I am, why are TikTok live streams so weird? As I was browsing TikTok while working on my viral sound video, I started getting recommended TikTok lives on my For You page. TikTok live is like looking deep into the void and having it maniacally scream back at you. It's like walking through Times Square in New York, but it's an alternate reality and everyone is suffering from acute psychosis, including yourself. And with TikTok making live streaming a money-making opportunity for pretty much anyone that owns a smartphone, it's become the perfect incubator to hatch some of the worst attempts at side hustling I have seen yet. The first discovery I made was a group of people that had figured out a way to commodify sleeping. You know, that weird thing that everyone does where we pass out for 50% of our lives. And this is perfect because that means that TikTok has managed to take control of their greatest rival, going to bed. Ironically, these sleeping streams are not about actually getting sleep, but rather keeping someone awake.
I love that.
They have an entire menu of donation options for viewers. Memes, sound bites that will blast through speakers in their room. So obviously the viewer's job is to donate money to be annoying. But there's a level of performance that is required in order for this TikTok live strategy to work. They will pretend to get angry with people sending donations to them, as if this entire scenario was not constructed of their own free will. What boxes would you have to check for this to be a real situation for someone? Is this even sustainable for someone? The more money you make, the worse it gets. I like to think that they do this every night. And if this is their day job, when they're done with work, do they go to bed? They're already there. You'd have to end your day by popping like 7 Advil. One of my favorite things that I'll notice the chat do is they'll start beckoning people to stop donating and just let the guy sleep. Like they're the stereotypical thugs behind a bar beating the shit out of some innocent person, and one of the guys is like, all right, boys, he's had enough. Let's get out of here. And then it's just a live stream of the guy actually looking like he's sleeping. And it's not like he can do anything about it. He's supposed to be sleeping. You also might notice that the donation tiers seem less like a price menu and more like a hieroglyphic Rosetta Stone. And that's because of TikTok's really strange donation system. Twitch and their bits? Get them out of here. YouTube just having it be cash? Fuck you! TikTok has decided to be that guy. The weirdo. The kid that brought in the tuna sandwich to elementary school lunch. Newsflash, you're stinking up the place, man. I didn't fully even understand what they were worth until I researched it. And it's important that you understand this too. Users can use money to purchase coins. And from there, they can purchase a variety of wonderful and wacky emojis that they call gifts. This system adds to the absolute insanity of watching a TikTok live stream because some of the gifts have animations that come with them, like a sailboat coming onto the screen or a giant corgi that shakes its ass. Why are you... What? It's like their live streaming department is run by Coco Melon. That's not a good thing. And the value of these gifts can range from very small, such as the rose or ice cream cone worth about a penny, to some extremely expensive ones, such as the TikTok Universe gift, which is $370. It reminds me of slot machines at casinos with their colorful, bright animation meant to make your brain forget that you just gambled away your child's entire college fund.
Thank you, Playboy.
play kitten.
But surely that can't be intentional by design. Now, these sleeping streams are the first of a category of TikTok lives that are weakly attempting to use reverse psychology on people. They're trying to make it as tempting as possible for the viewer to want the exact opposite of what the streamer supposedly is trying to do. And the only way to sabotage the streamer is by sending money to the streamer. Do you get where this is going? So in many ways, it is a net positive for the streamer, because I don't think that they care about counting to 1 quintillion. Oh my god. I feel like you would have to be older than the universe itself to be able to be counting to that number. When you enter the stream though, he just so happens to be on that last couple hundred digits. He's almost there. But if you send a corgi, you can entirely reset his clicks, which doesn't seem worth it if you've been counting for that long. But other viewers who want him to complete his task, well, they could just send a fucking heart thing, and then he's just back at the number he was at. I really love the commentary that comes from these streamers, because you can tell that they're constantly goading the viewers into being against each other.
Oh my god, Kikalio! Oh! Oh! Anime King! Yeah, boy.
And when he manages to get to that final number and you think he's about to complete his task, he starts counting down.
10, 9.
What are you doing? You're so close. You're almost there.
6, 5. Oh my
goodness. Now he's got to start from 1. But of all of these donation baiting streams, my favorite has to be Galaxy Kid.
Stop saying this in the galaxy stuff. We are not getting a galaxy. No one is gonna.
There's a lot to unpack here. Let's do it. So he's building a house of cards, and the entire time he's like goading the viewers into sending a galaxy gift, which is worth about $10.
Stop it. We are not getting a galaxy.
This is a lot of energy to be expending over $10. But this live stream does really well. The first time I found him, there was almost 6,000 people watching him do this shit. He's doing everything in his power to make sure that any person that stumbles upon this live stream will hate him in the deepest parts of their soul. He's perfected his tone of voice, so it vibrates at a frequency that activates the rage part of our brain. He is a scientist. The chat is constantly saying, send a galaxy, as he's acting as if he's gonna be publicly executed if he doesn't finish this card tower. He's even got a face filter on that makes it appear as if he was like wearing mascara and he's crying it all off. However, I made a shocking discovery. I recorded this TikTok live in September, but then he was recommended to me in October doing the same thing. And what I noticed is that it's not actually a live stream, it's a fucking video. Here is both of the screen recordings played next to each other. Nice try, Galaxy Kid. Galaxy Kid has been playing 4D chess this entire time. Galaxy Kid. Whenever this dude is looking for some extra cash, he'll just boot up his pre-recorded stream of him losing his mind over a house of cards and then probably just go play Call of Duty or something as the galaxies roll into his bank account. The side hustle of side hustles. There's also a large amount of what I would call donate to play streams. One of these is like Street Fighter, where you've got Donald Trump fighting Barack Obama, with their punching being controlled by how much you donate. Or what appears to be a race between Trump, Biden, Vladimir Putin, and Volodymyr Zelensky. There's even a TikTok live that tries to answer the age-old question from elementary school. Who's better, boys or girls? And let's not forget, boys are blue and girls are pink, the way it's always been. And if you disagree, time to, let's get a mop on aisle 3 for these liberal tears. These all operate as kind of like a money generator that preys upon the divisive nature of politics on the internet, or just anyone arguing on the internet. As if someone watching is like, holy crap, if I can make Trump punch the shit out of Biden, then they'll make him president. Now, before we keep looking at these terrible TikTok lives, I actually have some breaking news today. This video is sponsored by our friends at Rhino Shield. Hi, I'm Doug Pistol with TED News. Bill?
Thanks, Doug. The rumors are true, and everybody's been talking about it. Rhino Shield cannot stop making these incredibly protective and customizable phone cases and accessories. They're so obsessed with doing this, it's getting kind of creepy. People are saying that Rhino Shield has an endless amount of customization options, with different case styles, colors, and thousands of print designs. It's honestly making me sick to my stomach thinking about this level of customization. Greg?
Thanks, Bill. Now, I'm getting word that Rhino Shield has managed to create an incredible level of protection with their phone cases, especially when paired with their screen protector. And with their new phone grip, the number of people dropping phones on their faces has begun to plummet. Doug. Thanks, Greg. Now, I'm being told by our producers that Rhino Shield has a lifetime warranty with free replacements, and Rhino Shield currently, right now, is having a biggest sale of the year Black Friday sale with up to 60% off. That's that. I'm also being told that if you use code TED, you can get an extra 10% off in addition to those Black Friday sales. What are you saying? The link is in the description. Now let's get back to our scheduled broadcast. TikTok also has their fair share of prophets and psychics, clairvoyants, prognosticators. Sounds like something you'd stick up your ass. The first psychic I ran into was this woman who's using 2 metal rods to answer questions from the people in her chat. I don't know if she's supposed to be speaking to ghosts or something. All someone has to do is send their name and their question, and she will have an answer for you immediately.
Will Tamaya ever be successful? Let her know. You have to put some time and effort into it, but it is a yes for that, my love. Nothing is impossible.
What? She is slamming through predictions. She's got the ghosts in some sort of extortion situation, because they are working hard for this TikTok live stream. People are also asking some crazy questions, too. Will Tracy get the pardon? Will my son's father come back home today? Will my tax return be here this month? Is Emmanuel cheating on me? You're gonna go to a psychic on TikTok to ask that? Please leave that relationship. You got these psychics that don't even show up on camera. She's got like a glorified magic 8-ball in order to answer the questions. And this is how that device works.
It's a no for you, my darling.
I don't know if the people viewing this stream have heard of magnets, but when they do, they're gonna lose their mind. They don't take the magnet's word for it entirely, though. They add a little bit of pizzazz into the mix.
Soft yes. Soft yes.
A soft yes? Where are we getting that from? That is yes in caps. Seems pretty cut and dry to me. Another stream seems like they're trying not to get sued by clarifying no pregnancy or health questions. That's a good move. Because if I was pregnant and I asked if the baby was going to be born with health problems or not, and I got the answer, you decide, I would be a bit confused. But you know someone is probably going to ask a question like, is it my fault that dad left? And it's going to land on probably, and it's going to fuck them up for the rest of their lives. The best TikTok live psychic, though, is this woman claiming that she will bring her viewers messages from heaven. God, that's beautiful. That's a really good sentiment. I'm really happy that she's doing that. She got 30% of the text on there wrong. Unlike the other TikTok psychics who are just slamming through predictions, this woman is only willing to do readings for people that are her top gifter. And she makes that incredibly clear.
I can't have all spirits coming through, so you need to show respect by getting up on my gifter list 1,000 coins. Please show love. Thank you for the flower. Once you're at 1,000 coins, you get on my list. I will communicate with you. Please become a top gifter to win a 2-hour mediumship in private with me, which is $250. So try to win it.
She's all business. So I sat in for one of these readings. It was pretty much exactly what I expected.
Okay. Communication. I'm seeing a man. This is your grandfather coming through. Your grandfather is showing me he's there watching you. He wants you to take better care of yourself, okay? You're going through a lot of turmoil in a relationship right now. Or a relationship you're in right now is very toxic.
You're in a toxic relationship? This is something that grandpa is saying? Someone's grandpa does not care about a toxic relationship. They probably don't even know what it is. Those fuckers were getting married at 18 and staying married for 62 years until they died. But all of a sudden, this grandfather's talking like a BuzzFeed article written by a millennial in Brooklyn. Yep, I fought in the war. I was at Iwo Jima. Slit a guy's stomach open with a bayonet. America had such a toxic relationship with the Japanese Empire back then.
Now, when I feel about how your grandfather passed away, I am feeling something in the throat down to the chest.
The chest?
I feel that this passing was probably from the heart.
Oh, you mean like heart disease, the leading cause of death in America.
If you're a non-believer, please leave. Thank you for all the gifts, guys. I appreciate it. Ignore the haters, please. It's just jealousy.
Of what? That people's family members are dead? Or that you're making money off of their grief? There's a strange level of dystopia from someone saying that they can speak to their dead relatives on the internet while simultaneously thanking the viewers for putting a baseball cap on their head.
Thank you for the baseball hats. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are doing your cousin.
I think of all of these TikTok live categories, though, my favorite has to be what I can only describe as the big phone genre.
Thank you, my lovely. Have a wonderful day, my anime editor.
Because that's exactly what it is. There's a woman with a massive Android phone, and she's got a pointer, and this is all she does.
My top one, let me see you now. Who is going to be the next one, guys? Always remember.
They're speaking as if they're running an auction. What are they selling? And she's asking the chat if they want to be a star, like she's gonna make them famous.
If you want to be famous, are you ready to be a star?
How does she make people stars? Well, she'll visit your profile and just like a bunch of your TikTok TikToks. Initially, I thought this woman was the only person doing this and that she was unique in this type of live stream until I kept running into more and more TikTok lives of women in office cubicles with giant Android phones. What is going on in these TikTok lives? With the microphone and the fucking pointer stick. Who's going to these live streams on a regular basis? Is anyone doing that? Oh, I gotta catch up and see what they're doing on the big phone. Where are they even getting these giant Android phones from? I want one. I'm not even the one operating the giant phone, and watching this, I'm stressed out for them. Is there something going on here? Do you have a surgically implanted bomb in your neck? Why are you doing this? We know that TikTok itself has an algorithm that's designed to keep users in its app for as long as humanly possible. But it seems that users have discovered that within their live streams, they too can create a system in which they can rope users into watching the most bottom of the barrel content. Whether that's taking advantage of their anxiety and questions about life, handling their grief, or figuring out once and for all that boys are better than girls. Because girls pee blood and boys... well, they pee garlic aioli. And if you like this video, Galaxy guys, please send me a Galaxy. My rent is due tomorrow and my landlord owns a gun. Everything that you've ever known about pizza is wrong. We all know what pizza is, the delicious flatbread with cheese and toppings that comes in a variety of forms and flavors. We all remember the coveted pizza party in elementary school where we'd get a slice so damn thin that you'd think that we're rationing out food in a post-apocalyptic Chuck E. Cheese. That was also the moment that we learned that God is indeed real. He just thinks it's funny when we're sad. It was one of the greatest culinary inventions in modern history that basically put Italy on the map. Because let's be honest with ourselves here, there's no way that you thought a country shaped like a boot worn by white Anglo-Saxon horse girls in autumn was real. But what if I told you that the true history of pizza had been... People would initially assume that pizza found its origins in ancient Italy, but you'd be surprised to hear that it goes much further back than that to the ancient Babylonians. This revelation came with the discovery of an ancient Babylonian recipe book in the form of a clay tablet because, and this may come as a surprise to many of you, they did not have staples. That kind of blew my mind when I found that out. What the fuck? Amongst your regular recipes of meat and vegetarian dishes, it also speaks of a particular recipe with a flatbread with vegetable toppings on it. Sound familiar? Ancient pizza. What makes this finding even more interesting is that the Babylonians were famously known for their developments in math and science. In other words, they were a bunch of ancient crusty nerds. Due to a lack of them having no friends and being a bunch of fucking dorks, they calculated the area of a circle by taking 3 times the square of its radius, which gave a value of pi, or close to it. Yeah, that's right. Pi. We're talking 3.141592653537932387950269949278841717197510582097497445. But why do you think they call it pi? That stands for pizza pie. The ancient inventors of pizza also invented circles. Unfortunately, after the Persian king Cyrus the Great conquered Babylon, the development of the pizza that we know today was almost halted because for some reason the guy just didn't like flatbreads. Now let's talk about Little Caesar. One of the most influential people in the history of pizza was born in 70 BCE as none other than the son of Julius Caesar, Caesar II. Many historians think that Julius Caesar only had one son, but a seasoned pizza scholar like myself knows that that's not the truth. And those other historians can actually go huff paint. Caesar had this child with a woman named Octavia, but he wasn't married to her, which is bad. Drama. Deceit. Adultery. This child was a bastard. And what makes matters worse is that when Octavia was pregnant with Caesar II, she got attacked by a bear, so he came out real small. And we're talking like really short. This guy was 4'11" at best. When you're really short and nobody talks to you because your dad doesn't love you, you do things to mask the pain. This was Little Caesar's situation. The dude was miserable, but that caused him to discover something that had been lost for many years. Little tiny Caesar was the first person to put toppings on focaccia bread, making it a trend with the local village. And let me tell you, they loved him. He was having a lot of sex, and the power of this early pizza was spreading through the Roman Republic like a wildfire, as well as the ideas of freedom and individuality that pizza often promotes. Unfortunately, this was around the same time that his father Julius Caesar had declared himself dictator for life of the Roman Republic, who just so happened to not be a fan of those themes. One day, as Little Caesar was enjoying his focaccia bread with toppings on it, he was ambushed by a group of anti-pizza Caesar thugs who just beat the crap out of him. They beat him so bad that historians think that he may have gotten brain damage because the only recorded thing that he said after this event was pizza, pizza. From that moment on, Little Caesar was exiled from society by his own father, which is super rude and not cool. And only devout followers of Little Caesar would take on the way of the pizza through secret underground apprenticeships. Once again, it seemed like the way of the pizza could go extinct, which is tragic. That is, of course, until the pizza explosion. Little Caesar, with his limited vocabulary, passed down his pizza recipe for hundreds of years, with each apprentice adding their own little jazz to the mix, their own little spice, if you will. People added tomatoes, they added cheese. It was becoming more complicated, more scientific. Italy was suddenly a booming paradise of pizza technology, pizza diversity. It was a beautiful time to be alive, and people often like to call it the Renaissance. Personally, I wouldn't have called this period of time the Renaissance. I think that's a stupid name. I would have called it pizza time. Italy's got a pizza and it's in your oven. Italy's cooking up something real good. Pizzaville, and the Pope is there too. And after this period of time, pizza spread throughout the world. People were eating it in Moscow, doing the little Moscow dance that the Russians do. Look at them go. People were eating it in China with those cats from the PBS show that I saw when I was a kid. And if they weren't eating pizza, they wouldn't have built the Great Wall of China because they wouldn't have had the strength. And of course, pizza found its way to sail on the open seas, which is where we run into Pizza Beard. With the discovery of the New World also came the discovery of great economic prosperity on the high seas. And of course with this came pirates. There are legends of a great pirate by the name of Giovanni Lufacci, who was the captain of a ship called the Doughboy's Embrace. However, like the fate of many pirates when they set out onto the open seas, him and his crew fell ill to scurvy. If you don't know what scurvy is, it's when you don't have enough vitamin C and then your teeth fall out. Just when it seemed like everything was lost though, Giovanni had the intuition to put limes as a topping on the ship's supply of pizza, saving the crew and giving him the title Pizza Beard. Pizza Beard and his pizza crew went on to fight many battles of legend, ending only with Pizza Beard being hanged for punching a kid. He was actually hung by his own crew because in terms of piracy, that's where they draw the line. Punching kids. Hundreds of years later, many pizza artisans, much like Pizza Beard, went on to seek their fortune in the land of opportunity. This, of course, leads us to... Oh, where am I? I'm lost in the big city. Just kidding, I know exactly where I am. I'm in the home of New York-style pizza. Characterized by large, hand-tossed thin crust and sold in big slices for the city that never sleeps, this is a good slice. What historians don't tell you, though, is this pizza style's connection with the famous 5 families of the Italian-American organized crime scene. You've got the Maranzanos, the Profacci, the Manganos, the Lucianos, and the fucking Gaglianos. But what they don't talk about is the Mozzarellos, the 6th family in the Italian-American organized crime scene. Don't believe me? Don't look it up. The Mozzarella family was founded by Antonio Prosciutto Vaffanculo Mozzarella, but his friends like to call him Tony. His enemies, however, they call him the Grease, and I don't know why. So similar to how many organized crime syndicates engage in loan sharking, the Mozzarellos followed a similar model, except that in their case, they called it pasta sharking. They pretty much controlled the pizza economy in New York by having a stranglehold on the pizza sauce imports into the city, and then selling it back to the pizza shops at exorbitant rates. Talk about cool but rude. Obviously this was not good for the city of New York or New York style pizza. I mean, the Mozzarellas were fucking everything up, making pizza more expensive. Pizza should be cheap and cheesy, all right? And don't take it from me, take it from Socrates, because he's the one who said that. So one day, Joe Lombardi, son of Ginevra Lombardi, who founded the very first pizza shop in the United States, founded the Staten Island Dough Tosser Book Club. This was a team made up of the best pizza makers in New York City. You've got Joe Lombardi, Vito Pastigliano, Giorno Salami, Carmine Gabagool, and Tony Doorbell. These guys were some of the toughest pizza makers in New York City, and they were sick of mozzarellos, schizzarello, let me tell you. Why was it called a book club, you may ask? Nobody ever checks what's going on in a book club, because nobody cares. What happens next is Joe Lombardi and his crew of dough tossers burst into the Mozzarella headquarters, and they kill Antonio Prosciutto Vaffanculo Mozzarella. But not before giving him one final slice of New York City, but this time, the sauce was the blood of his beloved cat, Bologna. After that, the Mozzarella family was dissolved and pizza in New York City thrived like never before. Also, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are real because pizza is real. Whatever. Let's talk about Chicago, land of miserable winters, and the Cubs, a baseball team that took more than a century to win the World Series a third time. But there's more to Chicago than misery and pain, because this place is the birthplace of deep dish pizza. Just kidding. This too was brought by the misery and pain that is the city of Chicago. During the winter of 1940, one of the most terrible blizzards hit the city of Chicago in what was called the Armistice Day Blizzard, but what I will be recalling and renaming the Deep Dish Day Blizzard. Put it in the history books. Please, history book companies, answer my calls, because I got a lot of information you guys are fucking up. This blizzard was so intense that it knocked out power for the entire city of Chicago, and major supply lines were cut off by snowdrift. The bitter cold got so bad that people were forced to descend into the Chicago Grand Catacombs, which are very similar to the Paris catacombs, almost identical. And the reason for that is because of a dimensional shift that happened in 1912. This one's gonna be kind of hard to explain, so please, for the love of God, just bear with me. Basically, in 1912, our reality of Chicago received the catacombs from another reality in which Paris was Chicago and Chicago was Paris. Are you with me here? Imagine the Eiffel Tower, but then Lake Michigan is behind it. That's the other reality. And then imagine France, but they have the Cubs. From what we know, that's the only thing that's different. This is called Dimension 1C. Two prominent leaders of the survival effort within these catacombs was Rudy Malnati and Ike Sewell. And these guys had the idea to search for any food and water that they could find within the catacombs. What they ended up finding was an ancient pizza shop that, upon closer inspection by archaeologists in later years, turns out to be the burial site of an apprentice of Little Caesar from Dimension 1C. But in that dimension, his name was Big Caesar. And what they managed to find was strangely well-preserved cheese, tomatoes, and flour that just so happened to be perfect for making a slice. It's unsure of who had a more significant hand in the process, but Rudy and Ike worked together to develop a pizza that had a deeper crust that made it easier for the survivors in the catacombs to go longer without starving. After this event, Rudy and Ike went on to start their very own pizza chains, Domino's Pizza and Pizza Hut. But who truly invented the deep dish pizza still remains a mystery. Don't believe me? Just listen what local Chicago pizza expert Edward Burbank has to say about this.
Hey, Ted, I read this paper you prepared for me, and I have to say, other than the fact that there's a bit of a dispute whether Rudy Malnati or Ike Sewell invented deep dish, I really don't know what the rest of this is. I've never even heard of it, and I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. I mean, I don't really know where any of this information even came from. What is this I'm reading about the Chicago catacombs?
All right, Eddie, that's enough out of you. Always joking around. He's a joker. No, he's funny. He's a funny fucking guy. He barely ever tells the truth. Unlike me, of course, I always tell the truth. Overall, this was probably one of the stranger situations that had ever happened in the history of pizza. That is, of course, until the year was 1975, and Navy scientists were doing research on these ancient tablets that were found within the lava of the volcanoes of Hawaii. What these tablets depicted was the process of putting ham and pineapple on what could only be determined to be pizza. That looks like a pizza to me. Radioactive dating determined that these tablets were more than 10,000 years old. Given their supernatural nature, the scientists were advised by higher-ups to avoid completing the recipe that is depicted on the tablets. But a rebellious researcher by the name of Samuel Charmander, that's his real name, decided one fateful night that he didn't give a shit and he was going to complete the recipe himself. Alright, so here's basically what happened. Pizza. Looks yummy. I want that in my belly. He adds ham and pineapple to the pizza. Probably a poor choice. He bakes it in the oven. And as you can tell by that glow, it's looking a little suspicious. Finally, he takes a bite of the pizza. Hell portal. We don't like Samuel Charmander because he kind of fucked things for a little bit. Volcanoes getting ready to erupt. The fucking kaijus are coming out of the ocean from Pacific Rim, the movie. And this wasn't just any normal hell portal, okay? This was a Class 7 Omega hell portal, okay? Which means you've got green goblins, greener than you've ever seen, swift, fast rats. They're quick on their feet. Oompa Loompas, but they're blue, and they're carrying a boombox that's blasting 21 Pilots, which is just a pain in the ass. An ugly guy named Gorgonzola, and he's really rude. Oiled and slippery old men. And I know you wouldn't believe it, but that's a demon. Flashcards, lots of them, and you don't know any of the answers. Fat cactus. Look at the size of that thing. Just the sentence teeming with life on a Minecraft sign. I don't even get this one. Mutilated monkey meat. Just a pile of mutilated monkey. You've got real dense birds that fly into windows. Washing machine, but everything comes out smelling like mildew. You've got Superman, except he just doesn't feel like it, you know? Cum gun. We all know that's an issue. As you can tell, this was a pretty serious situation and it almost sunk the entire island of Hawaii. However, thanks to the technology that was available in 1975, these Navy scientists were able to unbake the pizza using a device called a Nevo, which does quite literally the opposite of the oven. It unbakes the pizza. This indeed is the closest that we've ever gotten to facing the otherworldly and supernatural reality of pizza. That is, of course, if we weren't talking about... This one's pretty dang simple. You deserve to know the truth. We do not know where pepperoni comes from. We don't know. I tried to figure it out. It's from another dimension, a dimension where everything is made of pepperoni. But let me tell you, we can't get there. We can't get there anymore, though. I don't know. There's something about... There was a portal, and it was there. The pepperoni dimension was there. I would have loved to see. They blew it up. Oh God. The pepperoni separatists, they blew it up. They blew up the pepperoni portal, and we can't get there. We can't get to the pepperoni land. They took it away from me. They took the dimension. So there you have it, folks. There you have it. And we can't get back there, all right? Because the pepperoni separatists, they destroyed it. Something about Molotov cocktails and C4. I mean, come on. Overkill. Pepperoni will be the next resource war, before the water wars, before the oil wars. Let's get the grill on. Thank you guys so much for an incredible 2019. We hit 100, then 200,000 subscribers, which I just never thought would happen in 2019. Here we'll be looking at some of the best moments on this channel and some of my friends' channels to celebrate what has been a mother-freaking awesome 2019. Let's go, baby. There's so many gamers out here, man. One of them's gotta have some milk. Look at all those gamers. What the hell? At least one of those gotta be packing calcium. Trust me.
Did you ever do this thing in elementary school where you'd like eat chapstick?
What?
Yeah,
no! Tastes like pool water. Wait, let me try it again. Yo, bro, that tastes like pool water.
May I?
It tastes like I'm drinking pool water.
you're right.
Me and my friends in elementary school would have like chapstick eating contests, like who could finish.
Contest? So you were eating them in bulk. When was this?
4th grade.
4th grade? Seems like we're just gonna have to talk.
A lot of grilling is just waiting, Ted.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of a pain in the ass.
I mean, it's
I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna give business motivation. Would you like some business motivation?
I guess so.
I need you to be a little bit more excited about that.
Yes.
They have really long backs
Right.
for this to be possible.
I think they might be centaurs.
Dude, what I wouldn't give to be with a centaur, oh my god. I thought this was like a agricultural, I thought this was a farmer's market. I wish. Well, fuck, what? Cooper, why did you bring me here?
So you could find some milk, dude.
This is, okay, well, this is a gaming convention. All I got is milk in the titties.
Where there's gamers, there's milk, so...
Okay, I guess that's true. You got any gamer milk on you?
In my titties?
Well, I mean, yeah.
No. I haven't lactated in a while.
May I?
No.
May I?
No.
Oh, alright, fine. Well, appreciate it.
What's your favorite type of fruit? Pears. I think they're the most sensual of fruits. Okay.
I like a crisp peach or a crisp green grape.
How big? Grapes
About
or
the size
small
of a
grapes?
testicle.
Okay, like a larger grape.
Yeah, it depends on
Sure.
how big your balls are, I suppose.
There's a kind of an average size, isn't there?
Do you have the info on you, what the average
I
size
mean,
of
no,
a
but I
testicle
can
is?
Google it.
I'm gonna hit you with this.
Why? Ow! I was not expecting you to do that.
I don't want your wares, Ted. Please do not
You
sell
will buy my wares.
I do not want your wares, Ted.
I am selling cram.
What is cram?
A cram. I am selling multiple crams, very different flavors. Yes, yes. I am selling raspberry cram, berry cram, very berry cram.
Can you tell me what a cram is?
Ah, it's a little mushy substance you put in between your gums. It's not dip, though. Don't think it's dip.
Here's a meme for you guys. See all this thing of white rice? Yeah.
What are you doing with a fridge, Ted?
I got a fucking mini fridge.
Okay. Ted, bring us the fridge.
I'm living it up the only way I know how.
Oh, that's not related to what I said at all. Bring us the fridge, Ted. Well, look how stupid you look now. Now you put the fridge on your desk.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
It tastes burnt.
It's burnt milk.
Yeah,
it tastes like disappointment and also a abusive father. Fuck you. This deserves this. It's like an innocent guy. He's like, ah, fuck. I'm looking for some milk. You got any milk, dude?
No milk on me.
Well, what the hell?
You asked.
Listen to me.
Okay. What?
You got any milk on you? Listen to me. Hey.
Please stop.
I need some milk.
Please stop. Please stop getting closer.
Are you gonna tell me where the milk is?
I don't know where the milk is.
Hey, come here.
I do not know where the milk is.
Listen, asshole. I'm looking for some milk.
I don't know where it is.
You to show
I
me
can't
where
find
it
the
is.
milk.
Carson, I also found a video I haven't even watched yet, but the title was just
Yeah,
made me
I want to
so
show
enthralled.
Dogman and Barn first.
Oh, okay, but after that we need to watch female Bigfoot force me to have sex.
I just want to talk about.
And there you have it, folks. A perfect gingerbread house. That's not a real gingerbread house!
This guy.
No, don't worry. Oh, shit. He's back. Oh, God. Big lion. Ma! Oh, big lion. Oh, he's so powerful. Oh, big lion, I'm sorry. Oh, fuck. He's so powerful. The strength is big lion. That is his overarching arm. A big lion. Big lion.
I know.
Oh, wait. How do I zoom out? I can't... I don't, oh,
right
God.
click, right click,
Oh,
right click,
fuck.
right click,
Right
right
click.
click.
He's so fucking powerful. Give me a hit of this.
Wednesday, my dudes.
Nice. Look how crazy I am. I ran into my
Ted, no. No. Ted, don't you... Ted, you can break the milk.
I swear I have an explanation for that. I swear I have an explanation. I swear I have an explanation. I swear. This channel isn't for nerds, guys. All right, there better be 100,000 fucking homies here, or I'm gonna kill Brian. I would never threaten my fans.
Would you like some cram?
I don't want cram. Do you have anything besides
Only
cram?
20 gold coins for 1 bucket of cram. I sell them by the bucket.
I don't want to buy.
You will receive cram upon paying me 20 gold coins.
I don't have any gold coins.
Pay the gold coin, you will receive the raspberry, berry, or very berry cram.
Aquafina, which is glorified tap water, if you ask me.
24/7 hard work makes you successful. 24/7 texting makes you a pervert.
What?
There you go.
There you go.
Now there's Lucario's putting out some aura. I could take a bite of that and that'd be fine.
I mean,
You want to bet?
Ted.
Should I?
No.
When it rains on Jupiter, it rains diamonds, so that you're educating the children.
What are you
while
talking
they're-
about? I want to be on good terms with your guys' grandmas. Is that a weird thing to say? I feel like it'd be kind of funny if there was a state called Neshoba.
What is that,
why don't we have a state called Neshoba? That's a fucking funny name.
This sounds like a Family Guy joke.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Give us Neshoba.
It's just Peter.
Why? Why is it that color?
Looks like ectoplasm.
Oh no.
Like, it looks like cum, dude. It does look like.
Let's just fucking do it.
Don't think.
Are you okay?
My brain's shutting down. I can't do this.
He has been trapped. He has been trapped in a box. Fucking shit.
Stop, dude.
Hidden secrets.
So what are they doing in that toilet?
Fucking crossing streams, bro. Combined power, ultimate piss. I'm gonna give this little boy a swig. Remember, water is good for the soul.
Go ahead and taste that water, Ted.
Hey, and remember, shout out to all the waters that came before this water. It tastes like water.
Dude, I'm gonna go across the street if you don't sell me literally anything besides cram.
Not to the mark salesman.
The what salesman?
The mark salesman.
The mark salesman?
That's the opposite of cram.
I don't know what's happening. You've just created a fake substance. You've made something completely new and you are trying to sell it to me.
You will receive cram upon paying me 20 gold coins.
I've heard that.
Make sure you wash your hands before you do this shit, guys, by the way. I'm gonna throw you some words, and you're gonna tell me what first comes to mind.
All right.
Beef.
Patty.
Hickory.
Smoked.
Chicken.
Bacon.
Industry.
Menswear.
Heat.
Fire.
Now you hit me with some.
Hat.
Car.
Plant.
Dog.
Pine tree.
Eucalyptus.
Squirrel.
Hit by a car.
Wait a second, guys. Can we just talk for a second about how the toilet paper is directly behind your head? That is the worst possible spot for the toilet paper to be.
Pull it out like you pull arrows from a quill.
You mean a quiver?
From a quill? Are you a fucking hedgehog, Ted?
What, you guys want hedgehogs?
Get excited to learn.
Screw that, dude! I want to be a millionaire.
Well, you should probably go to school because a lot of the information you learn at school is helpful to...
I don't need friends. Screw friends.
Okay, I don't really know how that's related.
And also, screw women.
You know, I really...
You don't even know a dang thing. Wait, what's 1 + 2, huh? 4. Carson, can we talk about these weird swingy ballsack monsters? I sumo wrestled the largest Japanese man in recorded history, and I almost threw up and passed out in the process of doing so. Look, if you guys are new to my channel, then you know that I'm not a stranger to a challenge here or there. I've invented Healy tricks, I've eaten Cheerios with dish soap, and I've learned how to fight like an action star. I've done it all. I'm an influencer. I'm not afraid of anything except for accountability. Okay? So when my buddy Jacob hits me up about sumo wrestling, the largest Japanese man in recorded history, I'm gonna say yes. If you don't know about the channel Off Canny, it's basically two guys, Jacob and Trevor, attempting to do professions that they have no qualifications to try in the first place, such as having girlfriends. So the day of this sumo wrestling extravaganza arrives, and me and Jacob show up to this martial arts studio ready to sumo. We meet Andrew, who I believe owns the martial arts studio, and he introduces us to the man of the hour, and I'm gonna fuck up this name, Yamamoto Yama Ryuta.
Here's my friend Yama over here. Yama. He's the heaviest Japanese human being in recorded history.
Oh my God. Or just Yama for short, or Yam Yam. I like to call him Yam Yam. People who are really close with him, we like to call him Yam Yam. That's a lie. I don't call him that. I didn't realize this when I first met him, but apparently Yama is a really big deal in the sumo wrestling community, partly because he's just so large. I'm about 200 pounds. Now take 3 of me, because Yama almost weighs 600 pounds. Also, he was in the John Wick franchise, which makes him the second person that I've been in a YouTube video with that was involved in the John Wick franchise. So Keanu Reeves, you luscious man, you know where to find me. We exchanged kind introductions with Yama, along with learning that the guy's a fan of the Whopper.
Do you like the Whopper from Burger King?
Burger King no Whopper, excuse me.
Yeah. Then we got to putting on the sumo belts. Putting on these sumo belts was a very strange process. They were wrapping us up tight in those things, like a Christmas present for an impatient child.
Squat down. Squat.
Oh. Oh. Hey man, that thing is tight on your nuts. It's hugging them for dear life. It was hugging my nuts like it was a soldier about to get drafted into war. And the belt was my pregnant wife, Angela. And it makes sense, honestly, because I'm pretty sure in normal sumo wrestling, that's the only thing that they're wearing. There's a lot of trust in that relationship. After that, we moved on to the stretches that sumo wrestlers do when they're warming up every day. These were a lot harder than I thought they'd be. And maybe a third of the way into doing them, I was already sore. Things got much worse from there. One of the stretches they were teaching us to do was when you were sitting with your legs out and you lean all the way forward. And you see Yama doing it and you think to yourself, oh, that seems like a piece of cake. That seems like a piece of strawberry shortcake ice cream. No problem, my guy. Wrong. You are wrong. You're sitting there in your chair or on your bed or on your couch and you're wrong and you should feel ashamed. What I did not expect to happen was for Yama to come up behind me and start pushing me further into the stretch. Oh. Up until this point, I wasn't lying about my flexibility. It's not like I'm this closeted contortionist that's just hiding his incredible flexibility like some sort of circus-themed Clark Kent. I'm doing the best I can. Nevertheless, I was getting pushed into this stretch and it was getting very painful, very fast. Just take a look at this clip here.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm going to be completely clear with you guys, all right? As clear as a freshwater lake in Norway. I'm going to be crystal. I'm going to keep it $1.50 with y'all. This was probably the most pain that I had experienced in probably the last 2 to 3 years. The last time I can remember I was in this much pain was when a metal door swung onto my ring finger, right on the nail. And I honestly couldn't tell you which one was worse. I felt like a piece of chewing gum where you take it out of your mouth and you stretch it until it almost snaps. Except that I'm not a piece of chewing gum. I'm a human and I'm pretty sure we have rights. Here's the kicker though. I might be in an immense amount of pain, but I'm not gonna just start screaming stop. I'm an entertainer. And unfortunately, in this situation, the show must go on. I don't wanna ruin this video for Jacob. I gotta keep the funny juices flowing. I'm not turning off the funny juice valve. It's gotta flow. So this is exclusive footage that contains a combination of me being in an intense amount of pain while also trying to play it off as being not that bad. After that, I was told by Andrew that I should be lucky that it was that tame.
Ted, you're a very fortunate guy because in pro sumo, if you joined and you were like this and you couldn't do it, they would have a guy his size actually like get on top of you on your back and rip your tendons so that you could be in that position, and you'd spend weeks or months like healing up your tendons.
Oh, thank God that Yama, the largest Japanese man in recorded history, didn't get on top of me and snap my ligaments so I was bedridden for 4 months just praying that I could walk again. What a joy! Cheers. Cheers, everyone. No snapped ligaments. A lucky day. So the first stage of the actual sumo wrestling, we did some initial sparring against Andrew. Jacob went first, and I personally think that he did all right. And then I went next, and I was surprised to hear from Andrew and Yama that I actually did pretty well.
Nice, 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 nice.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you did really well. He said that was amazing. No offense, but wow, you brought a ringer here.
I don't know what allows me to be generally good at physical things because I don't really go to the gym and I haven't played a sport since 2014. I think it's partly because how my body's built. You know, I got leverage everywhere. But even though I did well, I for sure made my first mistake in these initial sparring sessions because I went way too hard. And after them, I was already exhausted, which was the beginning of the problems that I began to run into. So I began to do some sparring with Jacob, but every so often there would be some sort of technicality right at the end of the match where they can't tell who won, and we'd have to do the match again. And keep in mind, after every new match we do, I was getting increasingly more exhausted. I started feeling dizzy. If any of you guys have done a sport growing up, you may have experienced this type of dizziness, such as if you ever played basketball and somebody on your team was being a fuck ass and then the coach made you guys do suicides. That's the name of the exercise. They're called suicides, which is quite literally sprinting back and forth across the court for like 10 minutes, maybe 15. Depends on how mad the coach is. So I'm dizzy. I'm feeling like a piece of shit, but the show must go on. So after the occasional 5 to 10 minute breaks and slugging down water bottles, I just kept getting up and doing it. And part of the reason for this is because Andrew and Yama just kept hyping me up.
Oh, it's nice. Yama's so impressed. Very few guys have the attack, the balance, the sense that Ted does. Seriously, I'm not even, I had to really, I mean, I've been doing it for many years, and I had to really be careful. He almost had me a couple times. Yama said, if you practice with us here for 3 months, we're only practicing on the weekend. 3 months, you're gonna be really strong. You might have a chance of becoming the next champion.
Yes.
Hey.
So now I'm like, fuck. I gotta live up to this prophecy of me being the next great American sumo wrestler. I felt like I was gonna let the sumo community down, and I've only been a part of it for like an hour. So I did my final technical rematch with Jacob, and I won. I won the match. Easy. I can rest for a second. No, because Jacob had won one as well, so we had to do a final match to determine who the true sumo wrestler was. And at that point, I just had to sit down. My vision was getting blurry. The fear of actually throwing up was becoming quite real. I feel like I'm gonna pass out right now. Oh. Maybe even throw up. Yummy. And I'm just sitting there thinking, this is the video that I get to do with Off Canny. Schlatt did a video with Off Canny, and he got to quite literally dress up as a king and shoot people with an airsoft gun. And here I am rolling around in a musty martial arts studio looking quite similar to Violet Beauregard from fucking Willy Wonka, except dessert this time was not a blueberry pie, it was a raspberry pie. And I don't think that people who saw this video realized what sort of state I was in, because I'm scrolling through TikTok the other day and I find this. There are these crazily edited fan cams, but what they don't realize is that in these shots, I'm at the end of my fucking rope, man. I'm like about to pass out. And they're making TikToks with a SpongeBob clip where a character is saying, handsome. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I got nothing against fan cams, but of all of the moments that you could choose, truly chose me at my lowest. Finally, ladies and germs, we got to the end of the experience where we had an opportunity to sumo wrestle with Yama himself. Jacob had already gone and he got himself like thrown in the air, and now it was my turn to go up against the final boss. I pulled together all of my strength that I had left for my final match with Yama because I was like, I'm here, I'm already dead, and this is probably the only opportunity I'm gonna have to do something like this. I looked to the bathroom, thinking of the possibility of me throwing up literally everything in my stomach. It was kind of like that one scene in Avengers Endgame when Iron Man was looking at Doctor Strange, wondering if this was the timeline they beat Thanos. This is the one timeline. This is the one timeline that I would not throw up. So I went into it.
Holy crap, you're a reasonably large human being!
It was like pushing a boulder. I could barely move this man. I felt like a third grader getting the shit kicked out of me by sixth graders for lunch money. There was no chance. So obviously I lost. But at the end of it all, the prophecy did not end because I got the greatest hype up from Andrew and Yama.
He said you're really powerful.
Thank you.
Both of you really practice seriously you probably could each be US champions.
Wow. If YouTube doesn't work out, guys, I'm going into sumo wrestling. As tired and miserable as I was, I wouldn't change it for the world. It was a very, very fun video to do. It came out excellent, so if you want to see the full video, you should absolutely check out the Off Candy channel. And I thought it'd be cool to tell you guys my firsthand experience of what that was like. All right. That's it. Before I let you guys go, I got to talk about today's sponsor for this video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community that gives you access to thousands of classes for creative or just plain curious people where you can explore new skills or just develop your existing interests. For instance, if you haven't already noticed, I've been trying to post more YouTube videos more frequently. This is in fact my job, and I've been trying to take the opportunity I have here a little bit more seriously. So with that in mind, I chose to check out the class Productivity for Creatives, Build a System That Brings Out Your Best with teacher Thomas Frank. And I've genuinely been enjoying it. I know that this is a sponsor, but this is me off the books saying that this has actually been helpful for me. This class in particular helped me sort of try to reorganize my relationship with being a creative, such as actually having a schedule for the first time in my damn life. The entire platform is curated specifically for the purpose of learning, so there's no freaking ads, and they're always releasing new classes. When you join Skillshare, you can try one of their live classes, and through that, experience real-time inspiration as you watch and work alongside other members. The first 1,000 of you guys to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today. Hey, thanks for watching the sponsored part. Appreciate ya. All right, thanks for coming by. Appreciate hanging out with you. Parasocial.
Oh yeah. What's up? It's the holiday season. Everybody knows the drill. Okay, the mainstream media says it's the holidays, guys. The mainstream media wants you to buy presents for everyone. It's a capitalist scheme. Everybody knows what happens this time of the year. A species of gingerbread man called the Chimichanga Boys will arise from the Earth's mantle in order to mate. This only happens every 10 years, but I think people have the timeline wrong. People seem to be wanting to make gingerbread houses every single year in order to house these creatures, but in reality, it only needs to happen in 2019. The next time we'll be doing it is 2029. This is an example right here of a gingerbread house making kit. There we go. Gotta get that on there. And there you have it, folks. A perfect gingerbread house. That's not a real gingerbread house! So join me as we make a gingerbread house from scratch. I've got an issue with the mainstream format of gingerbread houses, okay? Even this recipe that I've got here from the Food Network, it calls for this really idealistic view of a household, but a lot of the time that's not the case. Many houses are abandoned or they're foreclosed. I'm gonna make a foreclosed and abandoned gingerbread house. So let's go over the ingredients for the gingerbread. 1 stick of butter at room temperature. Always use Kerrygold or you're dead to me. 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar. 1/4 cup of light molasses. Tablespoon of ground cinnamon. A tablespoon of ground cloves. I have no idea what these are. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, baby. 2 cups all-purpose flour. And then 2 tablespoons of water. In a large mixing bowl, cream the butter, brown sugar, molasses, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, and baking soda together until the mixture is smooth. Then we blend in the flour and water to make a stiff dough. Stiff dough. We're gonna make a stiffy. That's boner in British. Let's do it. I need to get a bowl. This should work, or allegedly. Okay, so we've got to cream the butter in. Last time I creamed butter, I apparently did it wrong. I need to turn this butter to liquid. Apparently, you're not supposed to melt the butter in a microwave, which, you know, it kind of makes sense in hindsight. There it is. Oh. Brown sugar. Oh, nice. Why does it look like that? 4 tablespoons of fucking molasses. That looks like oil. Ground ginger. Yum, yum, yum. Those of you who don't know, ginger is actually a root. 1.5 teaspoons ground cloves. No! Shit! This is not ground cloves, this is whole cloves! Fuck! This is like devil sperm. Can I grind it up, maybe? This is gonna be my mortar, and this is gonna be my pestle, as in the back of this fucking knife. I don't know what I'm doing. This should show the fact that I'm currently grinding up ground cloves with the back of a knife. This is just because I'm too lazy to go to the grocery store. This is the worst. That's barely one. Fuck. Screw it. Alright, we're moving on. 1 teaspoon baking soda. Alright, that's in there. We've got to cream it. I don't have a fucking whisk. We're gonna use a fork. 2 cups all-purpose flour. Oh yeah. Boing. 2 tablespoons water. 1, 2. And now I gotta mix this until it becomes a dough. Let's see how that goes. I'm just gonna fucking... I think that this is a dough. That's gotta be dough. It's time to fuck shit up. This has been chilling for 30 minutes, this dough boy. We gotta roll it out. Oh, I need to cut out pieces of paper for the gingerbread house template. All I have is lined paper. This seems like it actually might not go how any of us planned for it to go. I'm just gonna build it the way I want to. There's all these rules, and I think that it's just a load of shit. Fucking hell. Make sure you preheat the oven to 375 degrees before you make the cookies. I'm gonna sprinkle a bunch of flour on here. I'm gonna cut this out like that. FYI, this is not what it's telling me to do in the directions. Oh, no! It's debatable on whether or not this stuff is going to hold its shape. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do very good architecture here. Oh, this sucks. Oh, this is gonna be really bad. There's the pieces of the ginger house. Looks like it's gonna look pretty good. This is gonna be so fucking awesome. Nothing about what I have going on here could go wrong. This stuff is just about ready to go in the oven, so I guess we're just gonna have to fucking hope for the best. So I'm gonna put this in the oven now. Sweet. As if things could get any worse. I burnt most of it. But it's okay. It's fine. We're chilling, and we're gonna rise above this. Let me show you the little garnishes I have ready to go. These chocolate things. Spice drops. Cotton candy for snow. Peppermint things. I think we're ready to go. Oh, fuck. I don't know why everybody's so worried. Stop being worried. FYI, this video is now in architect mode. That's right, folks. We're building ourselves our perfect gingerbread house. First of all, I need to get the frosting in one of these bags. We gotta assemble the house. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit flatter. With scissors. I'm gonna try to assemble it. No! After all this, I'm starting to understand why people buy the kits. Hey. No, no, no! This icing isn't drying. It's supposed to dry. Come on, please. You don't know what's at stake here. My reputation. Please. It manages to stay up a little bit. And maybe if I just keep adding icing to it, that'll solve any issues I run into. We're just gonna keep going and then hope that by some act of God, this thing stays together. No, here's the thing though, guys. I never said I was good at making gingerbread houses. And that also stems from the fact that I've never made one before. Oh, no, no! It's really not staying together, so I'm just gonna keep gluing it. Why don't I glue on the inside too? I wonder how long I have to wait for this to dry. I'm gonna leave this alone for like 20 minutes. And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna see if it's dried. And if it is, then we'll know that this recipe works. And if it doesn't, then that means that we've made a grave mistake. So we're just gonna take these off. Okay, it has structure now. So now all we gotta do is put the roof on, I guess. Just stay on, you ass. Hey! And now all we gotta do is just put the other part of the roof on, right? Okay! No, just stay on. Okay, guys. I mean, that looks pretty good. Now let's make the roofing. We've got the garnishes now. I'm just adding these little peppermint guys on the top here. The tiling is sliding. It's sliding down the roof.
No! Gumdrops! I gotta put the gumdrops on. I got little time, very little time. No, stay together. I feel kind of No! Stay, please, just stay on. Oh, no! It was there for a moment, and it was beautiful. Oh, please, no. There it is. It's fixed. No, it's not. Please just stay together. Boom, it's complete. Fuck. I gotta add the last part to it before it falls apart. That's the cotton candy snow. I wanted to put snow on top because it was winter. Quickly. No! No! Fuck! I've got an idea. We put this here, then we put this here. We've got what looks very similar to an abandoned home. That looks pretty good. This, my friends, looks like a gingerbread house. There's no doors, and there's no windows. This is indicative of the 2008 housing crisis. And you know, at the end of the day, I'd say that this is a win. This is the product of American ingenuity, and you can't take that away from me. You can't. Thanks so much for joining me on this video on how to make a gingerbread house from scratch. I hope you learned something, because I sure did not. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think.
Is it just pure pain now? That's what you hate to hear.
Goodness gravy, I've got a story for you guys today. Listen, in the pursuit of life, sometimes we run into bumps along the road. The bumps vary in size and severity. Sometimes it's a little tiny pebble in the road, and sometimes it's a giant fucking boulder, like, for instance, if you were hiking and you got hit by a giant fucking boulder. We're doing our best, alright? And sometimes things don't work out the way we would prefer. Today is one of those little interesting conundrums that we run into every now and then in our lives, and it happened to me. I ran into a bit of an issue. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about how I once accidentally drugged myself with the largest edible I've ever eaten. Last February, before all the coronavirus garbage happened, I traveled to Los Angeles for spring break. And one of the things that I had to do was I had to sign a shit ton of posters for U2s. There was probably more than 3,000 posters that I had to sign, and the posters were being kept at the house that the Misfits YouTube group were staying at in LA. Carson was there, Schlatt was there, Cooper was there. We were all just trying to like sign all of these posters as fast as we could because there's so many of them, and it was taking us literally hours to do. At this point, there was maybe about 5 or 6 people in the house at this time. And that's because at that point, the whole main Misfits crew had gone out to dinner somewhere. I don't know if you know this about the Misfits in general, but they smoke a lot of weed. Every trip they do, they probably spend a couple $1,000s on weed, okay? They smoke the Mary Jane. They do the weed. In order to make the process of signing these posters go a little bit smoother, I had smoked like half a joint of weed, so I was already decently high because I hadn't smoked in a while either. Signing away, crossing my I's, dotting my T's. However, my personal reaction to weed is that I get the munchies. I get the munchies pretty hard. I smoke a little bit of the marijuana, and then I say, oh, I'm gonna eat an entire sleeve of club crackers with no cheese because gluttony. I had originally planned to go to dinner with my girlfriend and her father, so I was trying to wean off of the high and just kind of sign the posters and wait until it kind of wore off, and then I would go and do that. One of the things that they had at this house was they had a giant counter in which a bunch of snacks were all laid out. There was chips, there was more chips. There was, I think, pizza. I don't fucking remember. As I look across this horizon of bountiful snacks, I see a Nerds rope, and my munchie brain is like, oh. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I remember Nerds Rope. I haven't had Nerds Rope in fucking forever, dude. I'm thinking back to my childhood where we would go to a campground in Maine and I would waddle on down to the snack shack and grab myself a Nerds Rope. And before eating it, considering its potential applications as nunchucks or trying to tie a knot with it. But then realizing, I'm a kid. I don't know how to tie knots. And my prefrontal lobe won't even be done cooking for another 20 years. So what's even the point? Give me a slush puppy. Give me a Game Boy SP. Let's fuck it up.
But Lord have mercy, did I learn in this moment I no longer was a child, but a man.
A man who experiences consequence in the worst way possible. So I'm signing more posters, you know, I'm cruising, I'm having a great time, alright? Nerds Rope tastes a bit strange, but that could also be my perception that I have of being already high. And it kind of, if you've ever been high before, it kind of messes with your perception of taste a little bit. It was like drinking a Diet Coke versus a normal Coke, where there's like, you know, there's something there. There's something there. But I don't fully process why it tastes different. So I finish the Nerds Rope. And then I go to have another Nerds Rope because I'm high and have the munchies. As I'm biting into the next Nerds Rope, one of the Misfits guys says, "Ted, don't eat those. Those are edibles." Sorry. I must have heard you wrong. Scusi? Yeah, Ted, that's an edible. So I say, "No fucking way. How much was it?" And he says, I think it might be like 60 milligrams. What? 60 milligrams? To give you context, the largest edible I'd had up until this point in my life was 20 milligrams. So of course I ask, "Are you sure?" One of the guys walks over to the counter and picks up the package of the Nerds Rope, and with the most "you are fucked" face I've ever seen in a person, he says, "It's actually 400 milligrams. Now remember, I've already freaked out when I heard that it was a 50 milligram edible, and I've just been told that it is actually 8 times that amount. So you may be asking yourself, "Ted, how the fuck did you not know that that was an edible?" And that's a good question. Let's start with the packaging. That's the packaging. It uses the same packaging as the actual branded Nerds Rope. It's got a thing that says "tear and share," as if it's just a normal candy. In hindsight, that's very much so implying, for a good reason, that you really should be sharing it and not eating it entirely on your own. If you're not really paying attention, and it's been like 8 years since you've had a Nerds Rope, this is pretty easy to mistake for a Nerds Rope. In addition to that, there was a very specific and deceptive way that everything was laid out as snacks in the Misfits house. And I'll just let Swagger Souls explain that for me.
There was a very reasonable way, like we set it up, because the Nerds Rope was an edible. It was a 400 milligram edible, and he didn't read the packaging. But we have, on that bench, it's a big-ass bench. It's snacks and food, chips, Pringles, gummy bears, all that shit.
Munchies.
And then there's weed food, which is edibles, in between that and the weed, which makes sense.
Like a spectrum.
Yeah, like a spectrum.
Progressively dangerous as you go along the
That's
edge.
the thing, is that it would make more sense to kind of put the weed food away so that you don't confuse the food with the weed.
Which is
I'm
what
so-
happened
which
to
is
poor
what
Ted.
happened to Ted. He was tripping
Amazing.
balls.
If you've ever been in a car crash, even if it's not your fault, there's a certain feeling after it immediately happens. It's this mind-racing feeling when you have absolutely no idea what to do, but you also know that something has to be done or you're fucked. AKA panic. So at this point, I begin to freak out for 3 reasons. First of all, I didn't know if I was personally prepared mentally to get as high as I was about to get. Second of all, I had made plans for dinner with my girlfriend and her father that night, and I definitely won't be making it. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna be a little bit pissed. And the third reason, I hadn't smoked weed in 2 months, which meant that my tolerance was rock bottom. I like to explain this with what I like to call the skyscraper analogy. Right here we have the tolerance skyscraper, which represents my tolerance to marijuana. Let's just say that whenever I smoke weed, I start at the ground floor in the lobby. If my tolerance were higher, then maybe I'd go a couple stories up to the mid-level apartments. That's where all the stoner kids from high school hang out. And they're all pretty high up there, but it's nothing really to be worried about. You're probably couch locked, but you'll be fine. With my tolerance at 0 though, I knew in my heart and my soul that I was going all the way up to Cheech and Chong's fucking penthouse as an unwilling and unexpected guest for an undetermined amount of time. As things stand right now, I don't even live in the building. I'm from out of town and I sometimes commute into the city. Oh, it's a Friday night. Oh, we should go get drinks in the city. That's what I'm operating on. I know that I'm on a timer. Most edibles take about 45 minutes to an hour before they kick in. But I know that I've taken this edible about 10 to 15 minutes prior, which means, math, I've got about 45 minutes before this edible hits me, and I die. If you reveal the way that the secret works, your comment gets deleted and you get banned from his page. Because you got these fucking people like Val Ganner who's saying,
I have no clue at all, but it makes me smile, so that's good enough for me. Alright, I chose Massachusetts. The last letter of Massachusetts is S. All the other letters that aren't the ones that would work are white or blue. How many states in the United States do you know end with X? Or end with M? Or K? Or V? This video isn't really that hard to make. All he needed to do was just make a list of all the states that there are, take note of what the final letter is of all those states, and then just assign the color red to all of them, with the exception of Utah, which ends with H. But he did that at the beginning of the video, so the likeliness of people choosing that is actually lower. He makes it seem like there's just a plethora of options for you, but really he's already got the answer before you even started the video. This video has 1,064,000 shares. 1,064,000 people were like, damn, he got it right, let me share this shit. Are you kidding me? So let's move on to the next good old vid from Rick Lax. Alright, so this next video is one of his most popular videos on his platform. It has 152 million views, and it is of course a mind-reading video, so you know where the money's at.
I know you. I know what kind of person you are, and I'll tell you, but first you have to do something for me.
Oh shit! Rick Lax, what do you have in store for me? Well played.
Think of the month that you were born. Now, convert that month to a number.
I see what you do, I see what you do. Okay, 1, Rick, 1.
Use your unique birth number to get a new random number together.
A totally random number, huh? Interesting.
First step, take your birth number and multiply it by 2.
Boom.
Now add 10.
12.
And now divide by 2.
6.
And now subtract your birth month number.
Oh, subtract my birth number. This the number that I started with. So what you're saying is that that number did never really matter? That you're going to start with that number, then get rid of it later in the equation, so that it never really mattered in the first place? That's interesting, okay.
Okay, whatever random number you are thinking of right now.
Whatever totally random number you're thinking of right now.
Find the word on this list that goes with it.
Oh, consider it. Okay, interesting.
I know what kind of person you are. I'll tell you in a second, but before I do, you have to agree that if I get it right, you'll share this video with your friends. Okay?
Well played, Rick. Another contract. Now, I'm pissed about it, but, you know, I'll have to agree.
Some of your friends are normal, and some of them are pushovers, some of them are ecstatic, and some of them are pessimistic. And when you share this video on your timeline, it will change for them.
Oh, if I share this on my timeline, the video will change. That's surprising. That sounds possible.
But you're... consider it.
So there's one thing that's obviously wrong with this video. He gives you a number that he couldn't possibly know, and then later on in his equation he makes you jump through a bunch of mathematical hoops, and then he gets rid of the number that he couldn't have possibly known. So now he's dealing with numbers that he already knows and that he's given to you. Also, another weird thing is considerate is the only... in this list, considerate is probably one of the only likable traits. You've got considerate next to mean, protective, pushover, crazy, normal, which is neutral, listless, boring, humorless, scheming, ecstatic, which is okay, I guess, and pessimistic. Rick, like anyone doesn't want to be considered considerate. One of the most interesting things about this video, too, is that he literally lies. He says that if you share this video, it's going to change for someone else. It's just straight up not true. The video cannot change. The information in the video will not change based on who's watching it and what type of personality they have. This isn't to say that Rick Lax isn't a talented magician. I've seen other videos that he's done where he's actually good at what he's doing and he's doing real magic tricks. But when your main source of promoting your channel is through this tabloid-esque kind of crap that you're doing, it just comes off really insincere. Overall, this speaks to the type of culture that Facebook is creating with this new algorithm it's promoting. It's this tabloid-esque, super shareable crap that I see in my newsfeed every day, and it's basically making Facebook unusable at this point. I will check Facebook occasionally, maybe to update my profile picture or keep my information updated, but I don't really use it anymore. I only use Facebook Messenger. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit the bell thing. That'll actually tell you when I have a video, and it will make sure that you get my videos when I release them, because YouTube sub boxes never and will never work. See you guys later. Peace. Pasta. Everybody knows what pasta is. It's the sensual Italian food that John Wilkes Booth famously ate before he killed Abraham Lincoln. I'm here with the great-great-grandson of John Wilkes Booth, Randall Booth. A lot of the times when you're the great-great-grandson of a vicious murderer, you get the electric chair. But I thought that there would be a better option for us today. Today, Rambo and I are going to be making pasta from scratch, but we're going to be making it harder for ourselves because we hate ourselves. That's right. We bought one of these guys here. Dual channel TENS massager. Do you even know what that is?
Essentially what it does is it administers little shocks to your muscles so that they contract and feel massaged without the touch of another person.
A little bit of spice, if you will. Making pasta homemade is a very tactile process. You need your hands and arms to work, otherwise you're not going to be making the pasta that the Italians would have been proud of.
And then you're gonna disappoint the Vatican, and you don't want that.
So join us as we make homemade pasta from scratch while electrocuting our muscles and making it almost impossible.
You know, like my heart could stop.
Hey. Welcome to my show. Drugs are okay, kids.
Yep.
We're going to attach the pads to here and here, and it's supposed to make our muscles contract, and that's just supposed to make it hard for us to live our lives. Are you nervous at all?
Yeah, no, the thing is, I'm reading this and it's saying that, like, do not use on people incapable of expressing their thoughts or intentions.
What?
Do not use on both of your calves at the same time because that may cause a cardiac disturbance. Do not use the unit when in the bath or the shower.
Damn. That's what they said about my toaster, too. I don't understand why there's so many restrictions on these things. Oh, look at that.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
I'm putting it to level. Oh my god, what the hell?
Okay, so this works.
That works a lot better than I thought it would.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Whoa!
It's so...
Oh!
That was
oh my god!
Like, this is, like, I'm not doing... Real fast.
That doesn't even seem real. Because this is an electric machine, we're going to avoid having them on whenever we're doing stuff that involves water, but whenever the water is not directly involved, we'll have them back on, just for the sake of safety.
Yep.
So it's time now to go over the ingredients for homemade pasta. First thing you need, all-purpose flour. That's what we need. Olive oil. Boom. Eggs. Salt. We also spent 3 hours going to multiple Targets today to find this specific KitchenAid attachment so we can make the pasta. We literally drove all around LA.
Should have just called.
That is, I will admit, that is my fault. We should have called ahead, but we were driving around for quite a while and it was ridiculous. I'm gonna start off with a 3 on each side.
I'm gonna start off with a nice, like, 4.
First thing that we need to do, get 2 cups of flour into the center of the shit, man.
You all right? Okay, so let me help out with that, man. There we go. There you go. Great work.
There's just a total loss of motor skills going on.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna get 1 cup of flour. Okay, this is 1/3 of a cup. We are 1/6 of the way there.
How many do you need? All right.
What level are you on? What level are you on?
9.
What is happening? You're on 9? Why are you on 9 for that mode?
It's for the pain.
Jesus Christ. Why are you falling?
I don't know. It's just
why
my
is it
body's
knocking you off
reaction.
balance entirely?
There we go.
Shit.
6, yeah.
We gotta make this into like a nest.
So it's like a nest, like crap. maybe I shouldn't do this one. I'm gonna be real. Make the nest.
It's so ridiculously hard.
Just gotta make the nest.
I know.
Okay.
I agree with you on that, Renbu.
I'm resisting.
Yeah, let me resist.
I'm resisting.
Okay, that's
a bowl.
So now, 3 large eggs.
Let me get it on this one.
Yeah, you want an egg?
Yeah, I got.
Dude.
Dude, come on,
just grab an egg.
I'm trying. I'm not.
take an egg.
I'm not kidding. I am trying my hardest to pick up an egg right now.
Just take a single egg.
I can't. I got one. I did it.
I think you got it.
I got it. And then just
fuck, dude.
Crap. Oh no. I'm gonna need you for this.
It's like pissing out. Oh, there's more shell.
There's more shell. Are we just gonna have some crunchy spaghetti? I feel like you put it on a much easier setting.
Any higher, it's like painful.
Oh, I'm tensing my muscles so that I can resist.
How does it feel to lose control of your own body?
I'm actually trying so hard to pick up this egg, and I can't. I got it. I got the egg. Okay.
My precious.
I got the egg. Get it away from me.
I'm just gonna pour in some salt.
That's enough. That's way more than enough, I think.
Half a tablespoon.
There's a reason why there's a 20-minute limit on this.
No, I'm trying to pour
sure
it.
You don't need me for this.
No!
Come on, man, just pour it.
Dude, I'm trying to not pour too much.
I don't
but
get what
it
the big deal is.
starts lifting my arm back up as I try to. Son of a bitch. That's
There we go.
enough.
That's
That's
enough.
So we need to break the yolks.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
I think that's mixed enough.
That's mixed enough.
Surely that's mixed enough. Use your hands to gently bring the flour inward to incorporate. Me, dude.
I mean, you're actually not doing too bad. That's like pretty good.
Have you made?
No! Get it, move it, group. Oh God. I don't know if it's gonna be possible to make this into a ball now.
Why?
I don't know.
But before we continue on with this chaos, it's sponsor time! Today's sponsor of this video is Public.com, which is an app that lets you invest in stocks and funds all in one app. What's awesome about Public is that it helps people be better investors, because it has a great feature that lets you follow other investors and share ideas within the app, so you're not just a bumbling fool walking around Wall Street without a shirt or shoes. Trust me, I would know. People like Phil DeFranco, Cody Ko, and thousands more are on the app. I also joined Public, and if you search for me in the app, you can see what sort of trends that I follow. Everybody knows I'm a businessman, and now it's real. On Public, you can buy slices of stocks versus just buying a full share. Plus, alongside thousands of stocks and ETFs, Public also offers over 20 crypto assets if you're into that sort of thing. The app is free on standard stock trade, as free as a man running shirtless through a cornfield in South Dakota. You'll get a free stock worth $300 to $300 if you go to public.com/TED and create an account. Once again, that's public.com/TED. Link in the description, baby. Thanks for watching the ad, and let's get back to the video.
It's just so sticky around me fingies.
It says to knead it for 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay, well, get started.
Here I go. Okay, so apparently we screwed ourselves by allowing the bowl to break. So that's what our electric version looks like. This is not gonna be edible. You try to knead that. I'm gonna turn mine off and see what we should be at. Okay, so I gotta use my hands. Slowly incorporate it.
No.
How is this even supposed to happen?
I don't know.
I did it perfectly.
Did you?
I thought I did.
No. Do we just put this through the grinder and see what happens?
It's not over yet.
Okay. What if we just boiled this?
Boiled it and fed it to a fucking starving child?
Yeah.
I say we force feed it to the president.
Good.
Yeah.
The plan continues.
Continuing your family legacy.
Yeah.
Wait a second, can I just use this fucking stand mixer for this process? I have a dough hook.
You had a dough hook? That whole time you had a hook made for dough in a mixer, and it did not cross your mind once.
Yeah, I didn't really consider that this was an option.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
Fuck. After a lot of trial and error, I think that our dough works now. Perhaps we're able to move on. The dough is finished rising. I hope that it is good. We're both exhausted at this point. We've had electricity running through our body for about 2 hours now.
We could have turned it off while the camera was off.
We became addicted to it. We're gonna open up this dough. What are we supposed to do next? I guess we're gonna cut this in half.
Holding a knife while doing this.
Hey man,
Yeah,
how's it going?
It's doing good. Yeah, you're gonna cut the spaghetti?
Maybe I'll cut something else, you fucking bastard.
It seems like. Oh my god.
Welcome to my channel, Rambo! Okay.
We have to set this into an oval-shaped flat disc.
All right.
The next step that we have, bust out the KitchenAid. I guess I just put this in here. Here we go. Come on. Go through.
Yeah, there we go.
Wow!
That worked really well.
Don't get your fingers stuck in there.
I'll try.
I guess we have to fold into thirds. Fold into thirds like that. Little flippy dippy do. This is actually kind of working out right now.
This is working really well.
No, something bad's happening.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
No.
So remember when you said that things weren't going to go wrong?
Yeah, I spoke way too soon on that one. It's doing
working.
it. It's doing
working.
it.
Yes.
We have it.
Yes. Why is this happening to me?
Sorry, we can't all be perfect.
Come through, please. What have I done wrong?
I don't know.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my God, it's actually working.
This makes me so mad how yours is working and mine's not.
Yes.
Please.
Oh, wait.
Please. Why? This is
two-person operation.
Holy shit.
Oh my God, that's got to be enough for at least one spaghetti.
Who even cares about this? Am I right? I mean, this wasn't. I mean, the fluke. It was a fluke. Something was wrong with that thing. That's the only reason why this.
It was defective. Yeah.
Give me your tens unit.
Give it to you?
Yeah, give it to me. This is mine, right? I made this.
I mean, no. I mean, I made that.
Yeah?
Oh Jesus!
I made it,
no,
right?
It's still mine.
9? How about a 9?
How are you punishing me for being better?
How about a fucking 10, bitch?
No, oh my God!
Admit it, Rambo.
Okay, fine. It's yours. It's yours.
That's what we like to hear. Thank you, Rambo. You're so right. It is this. I did make this one. That's so. I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm
on
happy
my
to
channel.
be here.
This is the hardest part.
Oh my God! Just lift it high. I'll guide it in with my arms that work. Okay. Ow! Oh my God! It's in. Just don't let it crumple. Just don't let it crumple. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at that. Spaghetti!
We got the spaghetti!
Spaghetti!
Yes!
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, we, together, but mostly me, made spaghetti today. The next step, though, it's time to add the pasta that we made whilst being electrocuted to the water and cook it.
Slowly lower it in. Remember, it cooks a lot faster, apparently, so we have to use the wall test.
The what?
The wall test, you know? You throw it at the wall, see if it sticks.
Oh, yeah, the wall test. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I'm aware of the wall test.
You know the wall test.
Yeah, back at my, my culinary shit.
Not multiple. You could just grab one. I mean, okay. Well,
Wall test.
Okay.
My kitchen is such a fucking mess at this point.
Oh, that's all right. Just sweep it under the rug.
Like all those dead bodies that you killed. Grandson of John Wilkes Booth, also known as...
You don't have to keep bringing it
Randall Booth.
I've moved on.
The country hasn't. If you're gonna try pasta that you made while you're getting electrocuted, you have to do it while you're still getting electrocuted with the pasta. What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna try this pasta. We only have enough for me to eat some, aka he's not gonna fucking face reveal, you dumbasses. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your reaction. Was that because of the electricity or?
I'm in pain. That's actually good. I mean, that's
did it actually turn out good?
Yeah, no, it's like fucking fresh pasta.
Wow.
Fresh, delicious pasta. Wow. My arms feel like they're on fire. Delicious. Oh no, Rambo. What did we learn today?
Well, I think that we learned that electricity makes cooking food a lot better.
I think that we've beaten the challenge a little bit, guys. I think that we beat the electricity. Electricity has nothing on us.
You know, the real lesson that I learned.
What'd you say? What'd you fucking say, asshole?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I wasn't gonna say a lesson at all.
I'll fucking murder you in cold blood.
Is that because of the electricity, or is that just something that you wanted to do?
See you guys later next time for the next video.
Oh,
Everybody calls me the big man with the big plan, and cooking is no exception, let me tell ya. Time and time again, I've demonstrated myself as being a cooking master, and I think everyone watching right now knows that. I've got the skills. I've got the pizzazz. I've got the motor function.
That didn't work.
I've got the talent. Everybody knows I've got the talent. When you've reached sort of a height in your career with your ability and your skill, I think it's important that you sort of branch out. One of the things that I've noticed in quarantine is that everybody's gardening. People are getting out their petunias, they're getting out their roses. It's a gardening world now, okay? We're getting green. I thought to myself, wow, I should really beat the shit out of every single green-thumbed bastard that I see on the street. And I realized on top of that that would be a felony and that I would go to jail. So I kind of scurried away from that idea because it would be a felony. So the question that I had to run into was, how do I combine cooking, my greatest talent, and then combine it with gardening, my worst enemy? I had to really dig deep, okay? I had to do some soul searching, and what I figured out was that I'm going to be baking a cake with only gardening.
Cooking portion of the video, this is where the nitty-gritty happens. We've got a couple cooking supplies here, but that's not the main cooking supplies, because I made another stop while I was out getting supplies. I went to Lowe's. What did I get at Lowe's? Some of you may be wondering, Ted, what the hell? You'd be justified in thinking that, I suppose. This is cooking with gardening tools, okay? Which means I have to act as much of a gardener as possible, right? I also made sure to get some gardening gloves that are a little bit too small on me. These are so squeaky. I'm ready to garden. Behold, a trowel. Do I take the tag off? I'm so fucking strong. This is a hand weeder? Oh, I think this is probably gonna be the best thing that we've got for mixing stuff. What are we going to do with these pots, you may be asking? We're going to be baking the cake in the pots. And you might be saying, oh, Ted, calm down, put down the fucking terracotta pot. No. The cake that I'm making is a southern red velvet cake that I found on the Food Network website. It doesn't necessarily call for terracotta pots for cooking. So for a lot of this, I think we're gonna be, riding in the dark here. My idea is that when the cake comes out, one of them's gonna be like that. And then I could make a mini pot and then put it on top like that. And it'll look like a glorious red velvet masterpiece. If it turns out to be in the same shape as this and it ends up being good, I'm gonna give myself a gold star. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. Not yet. So with all that being said, let's just get right into the ingredients of sugar. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of fine salt. It also calls for another 1.5 cups of vegetable oil, 1 cup of buttermilk at room temperature, 2 large eggs. Here's the thing, the recipe calls for red food coloring. Red food coloring is kind of what makes red velvet cake. But I kid you not, I was tossing and turning through the fucking store at Wegmans and I could not find red food coloring. Why, Wegmans? Why would you betray me like this? A little dicky of you, I'll be honest. It's probably not gonna look that bad, but just if you're wondering why the red velvet cake is not red, that's why. 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of white distilled vinegar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're also gonna try to make the cream cheese frosting. I don't know how good that's gonna go. 1 pound of cream cheese, which is essentially 2 8-ounce packets, 4 cups confectioner's sugar. I got powdered sugar and I just realized right now that they may be different things. We're gonna use this though because I absolutely refuse to go back to the store. 2 sticks of unsalted butter. We're using Kerrygold. If you're not using Kerrygold, you're dead to me. Another teaspoon of vanilla extract. I kept seeing all of these different green sprinkles and I thought it would be really fun if we made it look like it's grass or something. So I've got a bunch of green colored sprinkles. This could spell my disaster. These sprinkles right here, they could be the end of me. The first direction is to heat the oven to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. So I'm gonna go fucking do that. In a large bowl, sift together the flour, sugar, baking soda, salt, and cocoa powder. Fine, I'll do it. Man, this is gonna be harder with these fucking gloves on. I don't have any leverage on this.
2.5 cups all-purpose flour. Okay, gotta put it in this. There we go. Boom. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, let's try to open this. I don't even think I have a teaspoon. Let's just hope I get it right. I'm putting that in there and hoping it's enough. 1.5 cups sugar. This is how I'll get it in. I'll pour it through the trowel. Oh, that's kind of epic. Now there's sugar all over my phone. 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. I'm just gonna do like half of a tablespoon and hope that that's a teaspoon. I don't know. And then I need the salt. I'm thinking that's a teaspoon, but I have no idea. Okay, so now I just need to sift them together. So I'm just gonna go like that with the weed remover. What should I call this recipe? I feel like this is a recipe that no one's ever done before. I call it the garden party. Ted's fancy garden party. These are like cutting off my circulation, but I must prevail. That looks sifted, I think. Okay, next let's do the wet ingredients. In another large bowl, whisk together the oil, buttermilk, eggs, food coloring, vinegar, and vanilla, except that we won't add food coloring because we don't have it. Whisk. It says to whisk together. I mean, this is about as good of a whisk as I've ever seen. I mean, it's got the 2 little prongs there. It's a whisk. That is a whisk. 1.5 cups vegetable oil. Oil time, hell yeah. 1 cup of buttermilk. That's a lot of buttermilk. Why does it smell like poop? Time to add the eggs. Ah! Oh, it's on the gloves now. That's great. That's good. It's on the gloves. My favorite part of this is that 1 teaspoon white distilled vinegar. That looks to be about a teaspoon. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. Ah! Okay, so we've got everything in here. Look at that. Man, that looks great. That looks like, I couldn't even tell you what that looks like. That looks like looks like an alien. All right, time to whisk. This is not gonna work. It's a lot less effective than a whisk, let me tell you. That honestly looks like I whisked it together. I mean, you guys can't really see that, but smells like it's whisked. Using a standing mixer, that looks like a standing mixer. Mix the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients until just combined and a smooth batter is formed. You know what I think this calls for? The Ripper. Let's just fucking do it. Let's rip it. Yeah! Fuck you. You think you can beat me? No. Not on my watch. Not in Ted Town. And the only person standing in my way is God itself. Does that look like a smooth batter? This is a smooth batter. I need to do some math. I carry the 1. Okay, 55 divided by the parabola. Yeah, that's smooth. Okay, so now I need to prepare the pots to receive the cake. I've got this parchment paper here. I'm hoping that it works. My roommate is telling me that I need to cut a circle to put it at the bottom of the pot. This is the only thing I have, so... Oh! It's cutting. I'm gonna break this glass table, I swear to God. Remember, kids, don't try this at home. I'm an expert in my field. Circle! God damn. I hope that holds. Otherwise, we're all fucked. I think I also need to oil up the inside of this. Let's just, Oh, what a mistake. I don't know if I'm supposed to even oil up the inside of a terracotta pot. Wow. This is gonna go so fucking well. It's not even really oiling it. It's just seeping into the pot. Like the oil is becoming one with the terracotta. Hey man, that looks pretty good. What do you think?
I suppose it depends on your standard for good.
What is that supposed to mean? Divide the cake batter evenly amongst the prepared cake pans. Place the pans in the oven evenly spaced apart. Bake, rotating the pans halfway through the cooking. Well, this is a circle, so... I don't think I have enough batter for more than 1 pot. Good thing I bought 7 pots. It looks like the cake is mostly in it. In the directions it says cook until the cake pulls away from the side of the pans and a toothpick inserted in the center of the cake comes out clean. I don't know if any of that really applies to what we're doing here, and I also don't even know if this is gonna cook properly inside of the fucking terracotta pot. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know if the pot is going to explode. Let's just fucking do it. I mean, come on, screw them. Let's do this. Okay, so while the cake is cooking, we should make the cream cheese frosting. This one also calls for a stand mixer, which I decidedly do not have. We're just gonna bring out the ripper again, and we're gonna see how that works. And a standing mixer fitted with the paddle attachment, aka in a normal bowl fitted with the ripper attachment. Mix the cream cheese, sugar, and butter on low speed until incorporated. Increase the speed to high and mix until light and fluffy, about 5 minutes. Yes. Boom. Oh, I feel like this cup, this isn't big enough, is it? Whatever. It's definitely not big enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang! So I gotta mix it until incorporated. This is too small. This is definitely too small. Fuck. I'm gonna use the weed thing. Fuck. I gotta get it in between my thighs. Fuck. I don't know how to get a better grip on this. That's starting to look like frosting. I don't know. I gotta add the vanilla a little bit. That's really all I'm running by right now. And time to stand and go at it. Thighs are clenched. You got this. Believe in yourself. Anything is possible. If you got strong iron forearms. Now that looks like frosting. See that? That looks like frosting, baby. This has probably been one of the most physically taxing recipes I've ever done in my entire life. And all because I don't have a fucking stand mixer. I'm doing it like the pioneers did back in the 1800s. They did it with their own 2 hands, covered in soot from working as an industrialist. And there were no environmental laws, so. One of the things I think you should take away from this video is that anything is possible. I'm proving I've got the skills, the talent, and quite honestly, the stamina to be able to do this. I guess we just have to wait for the cake to be done, pretty much. And once it's done, we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fully cooked cake. We have successfully cooked it in a flower pot, I'm pretty sure. It smells kind of burnt, I'll be honest. That's pretty freaking cool. I think the next step really is to just frost it and then put the sprinkles on. The recipe said that this would take a half an hour. This took a little bit over 2 hours to cook. So I don't know how it's going to taste, per se. Let's just fucking try to frost it. I guess we're just gonna, I don't know, and just like, I don't think that there is a correct way to do this. No, this is the time-old tale, you know? It's the time-old tale of the guy who frosted a cake with a trowel. This definitely looks like a cake. Now it's time to put the grass on. Oh God, this looks awesome. This looks ridiculous. Look at that. The only thing really left to do now is to cut the cake and to try it out and see for ourselves how we did. Here we go. Time to try it out. You know? That tastes like a cake. A little crunchy on the outside, I'll admit. And I think that's because it was in the oven for 2 fucking hours. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Cooking with Ted. Hope you enjoyed yourself. If you liked the video, then make sure to like the video. And maybe subscribe if you're looking for some more. I feel sticky. Minecraft. This video is sponsored by Honey. We'll get to that later. Yes, Kung Fu Panda, the movie that swept the nation. The world loved Kung Fu Panda, and so did their producers. You know who else liked Kung Fu Panda, though? other movie executives, and they wanted money too. Why don't we get money for making a movie about fighting panda? That's probably a conversation someone had. I mean, what's not to like about Kung Fu Panda? You've got Jack Black, who, by the way, Nacho Libre got robbed at the 2007 Oscars, okay? I'm not over it. Something that I've noticed on my quest for terrible movies is that there is an abundance of Kung Fu Panda knockoffs. There's like more than 7, which, I don't know if you know this, that's more than 6. Today we're going to be taking a look at 2 of those knockoffs today, namely The Prodigy and The Adventures of Panda Warrior. So join me! Let's experience pain at watching bad movies. The Prodigy, a movie in which all known laws of physics determined must not exist, and yet here we are. This movie is the only knockoff where the panda is not actually the main character, but rather a really strange and annoying supporting character. Let's read the synopsis to give you an idea of the film. An animated action comedy that follows the quest of a young panda girl named KG, the Kung Fu Girl. Okay, so there's already problems in the synopsis, so that's good. So they say panda girl, but she's definitely human, and also Kung Fu Girl. You couldn't think of a name, so you made her name an abbreviation of Kung Fu Girl. With the help of her brave yet zany master panda, KG must rescue the handsome Prince Po and restore justice to her beautiful kingdom. During her adventure, KG learns that there is no limit to what she can accomplish if she believes in herself. Hell yeah. The movie starts you off with a really strange yoga meditation music intro. And then it goes right into this theme song as if it's like a TV show and not an hour and 15-minute movie. The first scene is this training session where the master panda is training KG, and right off the bat they start using dialogue recordings right after they're used, as if no one would notice.
Go? Yeah. Yeah.
Like, did they not have enough money for the voice actor to say yeah more than once? It's a single word, and also a single syllable.
You are quite the prodigy.
I see what you did there. That's the name of the film. I'm a big fan of the animating of the panda's mouth.
You learn faster than all of my students.
It does not look like anything from my nightmares at all. It's really good. So the panda immediately mentions that her father would be proud of her.
Your father will be very proud of you if he could only see you now.
So he's dead, that's what that means. And I guess the panda promised him that he would take care of her after he died, which is all fine and good if this panda wasn't literally the only talking animal in this film. Besides the sassy troll, but we'll get to him later. And people are just letting it be the guardian of a child. So the panda tries to give KG an example of like a fight maneuver, but then he just injures himself. Which I guess was supposed to be like a funny moment. But this is the start of the most confusing aspect of what this panda serves in this film, which is simultaneously to be the witty and goofy character, but also the wise and knowledgeable one, which are 2 traits that are pretty much just completely at odds with each other. Like in Kung Fu Panda, Master Oogway sort of has his comedic moments, but he's primarily a wise character. All of his comedic bits just come from him being excessively old.
Is something wrong?
This fucking panda will be being like an idiot at one moment and then suddenly spouting life lessons to KG.
There are times when you need to release the tiger within.
Basically what happens is that KG hears some guy strumming on a pipa, which is a Chinese guitar. When this character plays an instrument, his fingers move like they've never been used before until that moment. He is like a man baby, learning motor skills for the first time. And then she starts playing the flute, and they start having a musical flirting moment from like a mile away from each other. And then KG at the end of it is like, he's the one.
Who could play so sweet a sound?
Boom, bam, it's a prince. Ugh. What is this, Disney? What is this, the product of a transnational multimedia conglomerate? What the hell? Who, of course, is the first person in the film who has a name, and of course it's taken from Kung Fu Panda because it's Po.
Nice to meet you. I'm Po.
You know how love works. You meet someone for the first time and you're already in love. Come on. But, shoot, I'm a prince. They won't let me leave the palace.
Prince Po, where are you?
I can't get a moment alone. They keep me under watch day and night.
So then KG gets him to sneak out to a tavern with them. And then she makes this face when he says yes. What is that face? So the tavern scene happens, and the Master Panda decides it'd be a good idea to come along as a third wheel because he takes no social cues and in general is an absolute menace. For some reason, the tavern is like entirely dead. People are literally just sleeping there, which of course is a perfect opportunity for the Master Panda to do one of his one-liners.
Huh. Joy Tavern. I don't see a heck of a lot of joy going on around here.
That's for sure.
And also a perfect time to start a band.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's an incredibly long musical scene. You've got repeated stock crowd noises. For some reason, KG starts doing disco moves from the 70s in ancient China. But of course, Prince Po's dad shows up, the Emperor.
Prince Po, what on earth do you think you are doing?
Bummer alert, guys. He's grounded. But then they meet up again the next day, and they like...
Hey. Hey, you.
They play tag. That's their date. They play tag.
I'm gonna catch you.
Just a really weird chemistry between these two. It's odd. And then pretty much without any warning, a giant burly man comes out of nowhere, grabs Prince Po, and jumps away at increments of 150 feet.
Prince Po!
What? Then when KG tries to stop him from being kidnapped, she's stopped by Gwyneth Paltrow of all people. What? Well, this is getting interesting. They engage in a very intense battle scene, and by intense, I mean that they are literally just swinging at open air, just out of arm's reach of each other. Then after about a minute of fighting, KG gets tired. And then Gwyneth Paltrow just like pushes her over. Which is a strange way to lose a fight if you've been training in Kung Fu your whole life, and your name is also Kung Fu Girl. Let me just race through this next part. Basically, Master Panda comes out and he gives all of this backstory. Those people were the disciples of the Dragon King.
Disciples of the Dragon King.
And they're taking Prince Po for ransom.
They will hold them for ransom.
And oh man, we gotta get him back, man.
We will restore Prince Po to his palace.
Oh, and oh shoot, I don't know if I can fight him though. Come on.
How can I do anything to save him?
Fucking dumbass, you gotta believe in yourself. Hello?
KG, wait! Don't give up!
That's pretty much what's said, which leads into this very confusing musical number where she's sort of reminiscing about how she's sad that she lost this guy that she's known for 36 hours. But I'm just gonna let it speak for itself.
Just as soon as you came in my life and you were gone.
What am I expected to say about this?
Now I'll do anything to bring you back to me.
The person singing is like flat the whole time. I don't know if that was the intention. I think that she's singing the notes wrong.
I will fight them all.
So the Master Panda found a purse off of Gwyneth Paltrow that she accidentally left behind. And then she comes back for it, which is confusing at first.
Come outside, Panda, and face me. Give me back my perfume, or you will surely regret taking my precious things.
And then it turns out that she has a perfume that makes her like 1.5 times larger, and then you can fight better, I guess. But before that, it just seems like this lady forgot her perfume after kidnapping someone and wanted it back. And then KG and the panda are like making fun of her.
I wouldn't want to be in your shoes.
So then KG's got the perfume power now. She fights him, wins. And then they decide that they need to chase after Gwyneth Paltrow so they can figure out where the Dragon King lives. So do you know what they do to catch up? Well, there's a broken cart right there after the fight. So the most obvious thing to do is build a two-wheeled skateboard that doesn't have enough room for the Master Panda, so he drags along like a piece of trash at 40 miles per hour. Also, honorable mention for this editing choice right here. I did not change that at all. That is in the film. So they fall off a waterfall. And they find a portal to what I guess is a dimension where the Dragon King lives. And they portray it as like the most evil of all evil places.
The dark castle of the Dragon King.
It is excessively evil. And there's also ghosts. Nobody really explains the ghosts either. They're just kind of there. She asks her master if they're doing the right thing here.
What did we get into? Are we doing the right thing out here?
I don't really know why she would be conflicted about this, because someone that she knows was kidnapped in front of her. Next up, they run into a troll, which, by the way, turns out to be a sassy troll. And then the master says this.
Watch out. He looks very mean and destructive.
That's a very straightforward way to say that, but I mean, I agree. And all of a sudden, the master decides to bust out his ability to use magic? Like he has superpowers. But in the fight scene before, he was using watermelon to make people trip. You can't go from being a Tom and Jerry character to then fucking Vegeta, which leads to this very strange scene.
Hey man, sheesh. What's your problem, man? Gosh.
What did I tell you? The troll's frickin' sassy.
Sheesh, I just woke up too. What a way to start your day.
However, even though these people just assaulted him, he decides to help them find the Dragon King's castle, because that's just what trolls do, man.
Oh, sheesh, you must be very careful. And I know the safest way, and I'll take you there.
Now, Quiet Coyote, everyone, listening ears, what is next is quite an interesting development for this character, okay? I mean, pay attention to his posture here. He's a troll. He's a bit hunched over. That's okay. He's probably a gamer. But this is what he looks like in the next scene. What the fuck happened? This dude's got immaculate posture. And look at that neck, dude. That dude is eating Wheaties. So we get a scene of Gwyneth Paltrow trying to seduce Prince Po by doing this fucking dance. Then she tries to spoon feed him love potion, and then he literally refuses it like a baby with medicine, which is hilarious.
I won't eat your poison.
I won't eat your poison, Gwyneth Paltrow.
You play along with me, or I can be a royal pain.
Damn! Okay, so this part's kind of convoluted, but okay, so KG and Master Panda enter the palace. They basically go through a jade room, a pearl room, a silver room, and then a gold room. And they're all just a bunch of moments where they activate a bunch of traps accidentally. They fight a bunch of ghosts that are shooting lasers. And the Master Panda activates like every single one of the traps because he's a dumbass. He's stupid. He's a
What are you guys doing? Hey guys, what's going on? Jimmy Dad here. We're doing another video today. I'm in a hotel room and it's very clean. I don't think any...
What is happening here? It seems like Adam is less intimidated by them as he is uncomfortable around them. Also, everybody in this movie refers to these two as the twins, and they all say it in the same exact tone.
The twins. Oh no. The twins. Oh. The twins.
What are these guys, like Tweedledee and Tweedledum? Linda comes outside and tries to stop them from stealing from them, but then they just ignore her completely and steal the box. Also, that box has to be like 10 pounds. Why are they carrying it together? So later on, Linda fills in Adam with her plan to go to this cabin with Ted the next day, and weirdly asks Adam to come with her. You know, on Halloween.
And by now you mean in November, right?
Not on Halloween, my favorite day of the year.
What a terrible mom. Also, why does Adam even need to be there? He's not involved in their relationship problem. And she gives the strangest justification for doing it on a whim.
Okay, look, I know it's a really big day for you, but I'll make it up to you, Adam. I mean, you are man enough to know that you have to, take care of things
come
like
on
this
now.
right away.
Adam eventually agrees and then proceeds to complain to Molly about it, who ends up also agreeing to come on the trip. And then Adam goes on another tangent about how much he likes Halloween.
I like going to Mr. Flyswatter's haunted garage and seeing what new creatures he's dreamed up this season. I like watching as many horror movies as I can on 3 separate screens while eating piles of candy pretending that it's human flesh.
He wants to eat candy and pretend that it's flesh?
You know what they give out around this neighborhood? Whole candy bars, not just those little ones.
He's trick-or-treating at 17? What is his problem? This kid needs to get some help because he is showing the telltale signs of a physical addiction to Halloween. Imagine if he did this for every holiday. He would be the weirdest person to be around.
What is going on, fellow high schooler Trent? Hey, what's up, man? You excited for Christmas break? Yeah, Trent. My dad just bought a 45 and spikes for the fireplace. We're gonna get him for sure this year. Huh, okay. Brent, are you and your dad gonna try to kill Santa Claus?
And there's Santa, and there's Mrs. Claus, and there's the elves. Oh, there's the elves, all right. The elves are coming, they're coming, aren't they? And they're gonna...
Hey, Trent. What is wrong with him? Oh, that's just crazy Adam. He gets a little bit too much into the holiday spirit.
Did somebody say spirits? I love Halloween.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
So Linda convinces Ted to come to the cabin that weekend, and he agrees but says he has to show up after he's picked up his car from the mechanic. And that night, in order to cheer Adam up, Molly has Adam join her in trying to perform a spell from the Motel 6 Bible that she found. They perform a spell in which they say,
Ted, Klaatu, Barada, Nikto.
Which is just a famous line from The Day the Earth Stood Still, and also not Latin, which she said the book was written in. The spell does nothing at first, but then Ted comes along, asks them what they're up to, and when they respond, he says, Neato! Which incidentally causes the spell to activate as displayed by this very high budget VFX and sends a yellow orb into Ted's face, causing him to become tired and go to sleep. It's also abundantly clear that they shot Eric Roberts' scenes during the day and then attempted to color correct to try to make it look like it was still night. Oh, we're doing this again. Okay. The next day, Adam comes downstairs and discovers with Linda a dog that has appeared in their house. So that dog is Ted, who has been turned into a dog by the magic, and you can also hear his thoughts.
Linda! Oh, hi. Sorry I fell asleep on the couch. I don't know what happened.
So obviously, this is where the title of the movie gets its name.
I'm a puppy? Oh!
No, you're a fully grown English bulldog. This happens throughout the film, where the dog is very clearly a full-grown dog, but everyone insists calling it a puppy. And it makes me feel like this is the only dog that they could get a hold of. Like, they wanted a puppy, but they just couldn't get one, so everyone just pretends it's still a puppy. So Linda decides the best course of action is to take the dog with them to the cabin, and it's becoming wildly apparent that not even a nuke could stop this lady from going to this cabin. Also, this might be nitpicky, but at one point, Linda tells Adam, who's dressed in yesterday's clothes, to get dressed. He leaves to go do that. And the next time we see him, he's in the same outfit, and he wears that outfit for the rest of the movie. The drive to the cabin is a whole scene in this movie. It shouldn't be, but it is. It's made up of these shots of their car driving down a road with voiceovers from the cast that I can only assume had to be improv during the shoot.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
When are we gonna get there?
And Adam, well, he's still yelling about Halloween.
I'm supposed to be looking up, like, all this zombie stuff, but no, we're out in nature and...
It's starting to feel like his interest is less in Halloween and more in mentioning topics that vaguely relate to Halloween. As if he's constantly trying to prove that he likes Halloween, but just learned what it is. I think the best part about this driving scene, though, is how they facilitate the change of setting for the viewer. So here's them driving down the road. They're very clearly in California. This is very likely on one of the roads going on the mountains that surround the San Fernando Valley. Then it fades into totally different climate. Looks like a forest in Oregon. This cabin is far away. Then it fades into, oh, they're still driving in California. Maybe that was like a memory or something. Then it fades into, okay, so this is a very far away cabin. They end the drive in the same climate they started in. Either way, Crazy Adam, Magic Molly, Dog Ted, and Psycho Linda have reached the cabin. Molly brings Adam to visit, I think, her family friend who happens to live nearby this cabin and is also a witch.
This is my friend Adam.
Hello, Adam. You seem dubious.
No, ma'am.
These are like AI conversations given form. In her clairvoyant nature, she knows that Molly and Adam performed a spell and wants to help them figure out what it is that they did. So they bring the witch lady the book, and she says that it's a very powerful spell book and that you'd need extensive magical training in order to even attempt to perform a spell. But then 2 seconds later is like, oh, Ted turned into a dog because he said Nito.
You didn't say Nikto?
No, I didn't. See, we couldn't have transformed anyone.
Perhaps. As long as no one said Nito.
Wait, what?
Nito. My favorite part of this scene, though, is when she mentions the significance of the spell being done on Halloween, and Adam responds this way.
So, if I had done the spell on St. Patty's Day, I'd have a pot of gold right now.
Come on, man. The whole time you've been obsessed with the holiday, but the moment someone else places significance on it, he's like, I don't understand why this would be a big deal.
You're telling me that we turned my mom's boyfriend into a Halloween puppy? Oh, I'm so grounded.
He said the thing. That's the title of the movie. Is that what we're doing now? Just placing the name of the holiday in front of things that happen close to them? It turns out the solution is that they have to say the spell backwards at the place that it was cast in order for Ted to turn back into a human again, which is just like the undo button of spell books, I guess. As they're leaving, though, Adam asks the witch for proof that she's a witch so he knows that he can trust her, and she does this.
Okay, let's go.
Good luck.
Seems that they bought 4 templates for visual effects and they're just cycling through them. You may be wondering what Linda and Ted the dog were up to this whole time, because they did have a scene that was intercutting between the one I just talked about. There is a full 5 or 6 minutes in this film that is just Linda walking around with the dog, aggressively petting him, with Eric Roberts commentating the whole time. There's shots of the dog eating grass and then Linda joining the dog in eating the grass. They even keep in shots where she's trying to wrangle the dog and the dog clearly wants nothing to do with her, and they use that shot twice. Eric Roberts' voiceover starts to get a little bit more weird.
No, it's really the simple things. I'm tired.
Basically, after this, Adam and Molly return back to the cabin and they make up some bullshit reason why they need to go back to LA. So they drive back to LA, are about to do the spell, but whoopsie fucking do, the twins stole the spell so they could have it for their haunted house. Then the only way that Molly and Adam can get the book back is that they have to go through the twins' haunted house.
Perfect. We were just looking for you.
These two need to be in jail. The haunted house that the twins made looks like they're just getting their garage painted or something. Like, this is the climax. This is the haunted house that we've been hearing so much about.
Are you okay?
I'm starting to think that Adam doesn't actually like Halloween, if that is something that Molly needed to check in with him about. He's getting scared when a prop bat the size of a baseball falls in front of him. So they finally reach where the book is and they get ambushed by the twins. So we're just like, we're gonna beat you up. That's the entirety of our plan here.
Oh, listen to you, big boy. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna lay down on our altar and be our victim for the week.
Do these guys have a fetish for crime? Plus, they're doing a haunted house, and one of them is dressed as a cowboy. The least scary option for a Halloween costume. That's just a man that lived in Texas in 1912.
Yeah, we're gonna kill you.
What are you guys doing? Hey guys, what's going on? Jimmy Down here. We're doing another video today. I'm in a hotel room. And it's very clean. I don't think any video I've ever made looks like this. Facebook has recently become more and more cancerous, I guess the word would be. I remember a time when Facebook was just articles and photos that people were posting and statuses that they were sharing and stuff, whereas it's more now just videos. Back in the heyday, when I saw that it was snowing outside, I would hop on to the Facebook and I would write down on my status, hey guys, oh my god, it is snowing out. And then I'd add a little smiley face with a nose. Ever since those tasty posts where you'd see people throwing together a interesting looking dish, or those life hack videos got shared and got popular and got just thrown all around Facebook for the next fucking 7 years, Facebook has decided it would be a really good idea to adjust their algorithm so 90% of the time favors videos to be sharing on your newsfeed. If you don't believe me, go on Facebook right now and just scroll. You're literally just going to be seeing videos. That's all you're going to see.
Rick Lax is a character that is basically leading the charge on this sort of culture on Facebook. And he's doing a hell of a job, too. He's doing a really good job with it. A few people that I've seen have made videos about this guy, but he just keeps showing up so much in my newsfeed that I just have to talk about it. I have to talk about it. This guy is the reason why I don't like going on Facebook as much as I used to, or what killed the website for me. These videos I'm about to show are from his playlist that are videos that have over 50 million views. And once you see these videos, you're going to be very disappointed that they have over 50 million views. So let's jump right into it.
Hello, my friends. My name is Rick Lax, and I'm about to read your mind.
Okay, so fucking first of all, this is one of the main themes of Rick Lax. He likes to take videos in coffee shops for some reason with Apple headphones in his ears. See the kid right behind him, he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that guy doing? I'm having a nice hot chai latte with my pa, and this guy's doing magic? Come on!
Think of a state. Think of any state, any of the 50 states in the United States right now.
Oh man, that's a lot of states. I can't think of... Well, okay, if the 50 of them... I gotta think of one. What could I show?
Now, spell the name of that state out in your mind. Spell each letter of the state out in your mind.
Massachusetts. Massachusetts, baby. Put me on the spelling bee.
And think about the last letter in the state's name.
So that didn't matter? I should have just... Why didn't you just ask me what the last letter was? Ricky. Alright, in that case, S. Massachusetts. S.
Once you have your letter in mind, go ahead and hit the like button to lock in your answer.
Okay, so, okay. There is nothing saying that hitting the like button is going to lock in your answer. But seeing as this video has 64 million views and 3 million likes, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people believed him here. Hit the like button to lock in your answer, baby. Lock it in! Lock that shit in, motherfucker! And this is like the most awkward part. He's got this snappy jazz music in the background while he's just staring at us, trying to get us to like the video.
Once you know your letter, right now push that like button that will lock in your answer. Go ahead and do it.
He's like an NPC that's waiting for you to choose your answer in like Fallout or something. If you wait a little bit too long, he'll add one of those follow-up statements like, come on now, make your choice.
Alright, here we go. Now I am going to throw up the rest of the letters all over the screen, and I want you to take a second and find your letter. And you'll notice all the letters are different colors. Some are red, some are white, some are blue.
Some are red, some are blue, some are... It's random. It doesn't matter.
No, there are 50 different states in the Union and 50 different names that you could have picked from. I'm going to try to guess your color right now, and I'll ask is that if I somehow get your color right...
Somehow, by a stroke of luck, a holy miracle, by God's grace, if I guess this...
You share this video.
So you can see here that Ricky Boy is locking you into a contract, so if he gets this right, then you're gonna have to share his video.
Your color is...
Wrong!
No, wait, it's not white.
What? There's a twist.
It is... Your color is red.
What? He guessed my color. How'd he do that? How'd he do it?
He's a fucking scam. So I bet you guys are wondering, hey Ted, how the hell did he do this? How did he solve the code to mind reading? This guy's a fucking psychic, right? Well, you're wrong. It's so obvious what he's doing. He's banking on like the majority of people aren't gonna think about this. Aren't gonna think about, oh, maybe he's not mind reading. Maybe he's just using a trick, or maybe he's just setting up the situation so it'll adhere to what he wants to happen. My favorite thing about this is that if you look at his comment, he says, big thanks for all the support, gang. Looks like this video is blowing up. As always, please keep the secret to yourself. If you reveal anything, the comment gets deleted and you get banned from my page. If you reveal the way that the secret works, your comment gets deleted and you get banned from his page. Because you got these fucking people like Val Ganner who's saying, I have no clue at all, but it makes me smile, so that's good enough for me. Alright, I chose Massachusetts. The last letter of Massachusetts is S.
All the other letters that aren't the ones that would work are white or blue. How many states in the United States do you know end with X? Or end with M? Or K? Or V? This video isn't really that hard to make. All he needed to do was just make a list of all the states that there are, take note of what the final letter is of all those states, and then just assign the color red to all of them, with the exception of Utah, which ends with H. But he did that at the beginning of the video, so the likeliness of people choosing that is actually lower. He makes it seem like there's just a plethora of options for you, but really he's already got the answer before you even started the video. This video has 1,064,000 shares. 1,064,000 people were like, damn, he got it right, let me share this shit. Are you kidding me? So let's move on to the next good old vid from Rick Lax. Alright, so this next video is one of his most popular videos on his platform. It has 152 million views, and it is of course a mind-reading video, so you know where the money's at.
I know you. I know what kind of person you are, and I'll tell you, but first you have to do something for me.
Oh shit! Rick Lax, what do you have in store for me? Well played.
Think of the month that you were born. Now, convert that month to a number.
I see what you do, I see what you do. Okay, 1, Rick, 1.
Use your unique birth number to get a new random number together.
A totally random number, huh? Interesting.
First step, take your birth number and multiply it by 2.
Boom.
Now add 10.
12.
And now divide by 2.
6.
And now subtract your birth month number.
Oh, subtract my birth number. This the number that I started with. So what you're saying is that that number did never really matter? That you're going to start with that number, then get rid of it later in the equation, so that it never really mattered in the first place? That's interesting, okay.
Okay, whatever random number you are thinking of right now.
Whatever totally random number you're thinking of right now.
Find the word on this list that goes with it.
Oh, consider it. Okay, interesting.
I know what kind of person you are. I'll tell you in a second, but before I do, you have to agree that if I get it right, you'll share this video with your friends. Okay?
Well played, Rick. Another contract. Now, I'm pissed about it, but, you know, I'll have to agree.
Some of your friends are normal, and some of them are pushovers, some of them are ecstatic, and some of them are pessimistic. And when you share this video on your timeline, it will change for them.
Oh, if I share this on my timeline, the video will change. That's surprising. That sounds possible.
But you're considerate.
So there's one thing that's obviously wrong with this video. He gives you a number that he couldn't possibly know, and then later on in his equation, he makes you jump through a bunch of mathematical hoops, and then he gets rid of the number that he couldn't have possibly known. So now he's dealing with numbers that he already knows and that he's given to you. Also, another weird thing is considerate is the only, in this list, considerate is probably one of the only likable traits. You've got considerate next to mean, protective, pushover, crazy, normal, which is neutral, listless, boring, humorless, scheming, ecstatic, which is okay, I guess, and pessimistic. Rick, like anyone doesn't want to be considered considerate. One of the most interesting things about this video, too, is that he literally lies. He says that if you share this video, it's going to change for someone else. It's just straight up not true. The video cannot change. The information in the video will not change based on who's watching it and what type of personality they have. This isn't to say that Rick Lax isn't a talented magician. I've seen other videos that he's done where he's actually good at what he's doing and he's doing real magic tricks. But when your main source of promoting your channel is through this tabloid-esque kind of crap that you're doing, it just comes off really insincere. Overall, this speaks to the type of culture that Facebook is creating with this new algorithm it's promoting. It's this tabloid-esque, super shareable crap that I see in my newsfeed every day, and it's basically making Facebook unusable at this point. I will check Facebook occasionally, maybe to update my profile picture or keep my information updated, but I don't really use it anymore. I only use Facebook Messenger. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit the bell thing. That'll actually tell you when I have a video, and it will make sure that you get my videos when I release them, because YouTube sub boxes never and will never work. See you guys later. Peace. What are you guys doing? Hey guys, what's going on? Jibber Dad here. We're doing another video today. I'm in a hotel room and it's very clean. I don't think any video I've ever made looks like this. Facebook has recently become more and more cancerous, I guess the word would be. I remember a time when Facebook was just articles and photos that people were posting and statuses that they were sharing and stuff, whereas it's more now just videos. Back in the heyday, when I saw that it was snowing outside, I would hop on to the Facebook and I would write down on my status, hey guys, oh my god, it is snowing out. And then I'd add a little smiley face with a nose. Ever since those tasty posts where you'd see people throwing together a interesting looking dish, or those life hack videos got shared and got popular and got just thrown all around Facebook for the next fucking 7 years, Facebook has decided it would be a really good idea to adjust their algorithm so 90% of the time favors videos to be sharing on your newsfeed. If you don't believe me, go on Facebook right now and just scroll. You're literally just going to be seeing videos. That's all you're going to see. Rick Lax is a character that is basically leading the charge on this sort of culture on Facebook. And he's doing a hell of a job too. He's doing a really good job with it. A few people that I've seen have made videos about this guy, but he just keeps showing up so much in my newsfeed that I just have to talk about it. I have to talk about it. This guy is the reason why I don't like going on Facebook as much as I used to, or what killed the website for me. These videos I'm about to show are from his playlist that are videos that have over 50 million views. And once you see these videos, you're going to be very disappointed that they have over 50 million views. So let's jump right into it.
Hello, my friends. My name is Rick Lax, and I'm about to read your mind.
Okay, so fucking first of all, this is one of the main themes of Rick Lax. He likes to take videos in coffee shops for some reason with Apple headphones in his ears. See the kid right behind him, he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that guy doing? I'm having a nice hot chai latte with my pa, and this guy's doing magic? Come on!
Think of a state. Think of any state, any of the 50 states in the United States right now.
Oh man, that's a lot of states. I can't think of... Well, okay, if the 50 of them... I gotta think of one. What can I show?
Now, spell the name of that state out in your mind. Spell each letter of the state out in your mind.
Massachusetts. Massachussetts, baby. Put me on the spelling bee.
And think about the last letter in the state's name.
Oh, that didn't matter. I should have just... Why didn't you just ask me what the last letter was? Ricky. Alright, in that case, S. Massachusetts. S.
Once you have your letter in mind, go ahead and hit the like button to lock in your answer.
Okay, so, okay. There is nothing saying that hitting the like button is going to lock in your answer. But seeing as this video has 64 million views and 3 million likes, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people believed him here. Hit the like button to lock in your answer, baby. Lock it in! Lock that shit in, motherfucker! And this is like the most awkward part. He's got this snappy jazz music in the background while he's just staring at us, trying to get us to like the video.
Once you know your letter, right now push that like button that will lock in your answer. Go ahead and do it.
He's like an NPC that's waiting for you to choose your answer in like Fallout or something. If you wait a little bit too long, he'll add one of those follow-up statements like, come on now, make your choice.
Alright, here we go. Now I am going to throw up the rest of the letters all over the screen, and I want you to take a second and find your letter. And you'll notice all the letters are different colors. Some are red, some are white, some are blue.
Some are red, some are blue, some are... It's random. It doesn't matter.
No, there are 50 different states in the Union and 50 different names that you could have picked from. I'm going to try to guess your color right now, and I'll ask is that if I somehow get your color right...
Somehow, by a stroke of luck, a holy miracle, by God's grace, if I guess this,
you share this video.
So you can see here that Ricky Boy is locking you into a contract, so if he gets this right, then you're gonna have to share his video.
Your color is...
Wrong!
No, wait, it's not white.
What? There's a twist.
It is... Your color is red.
What? He guessed my color. How'd he do that? How'd he do it?
He's a fucking scam. So I bet you guys are wondering, hey Ted, how the hell did he do this? How did he solve the code to mind reading? This guy's a fucking psychic, right? Well, you're wrong. It's so obvious what he's doing. He's banking on like the majority of people aren't gonna think about this. Aren't gonna think about, oh, maybe he's not mind reading. Maybe he's just using a trick, or maybe he's just setting up the situation so it'll adhere to what he wants to happen. My favorite thing about this is that if you look at his comment, he says, "Big thanks for all the support, gang. Looks like this video was blowing up. As always, please keep the secret to yourself. If you reveal anything, the comment gets deleted and you get banned from my page." If you reveal the way that the secret works, your comment gets deleted and you get banned from his page. Because you got these fucking people like Val Ganner who's saying, "I have no clue at all, but it makes me smile, so that's good enough for me." Alright, I chose Massachusetts. The last letter of Massachusetts is S. All the other letters that aren't the ones that would work are white or blue. How many states in the United States do you know end with X? Or end with M? Or K? Or V? This video isn't really that hard to make. All he needed to do was just make a list of all the states that there are, take note of what the final letter is of all those states, and then just assign the color red to all of them, with the exception of Utah, which ends with H. But he did that at the beginning of the video, so the likeliness of people choosing that is actually lower. He makes it seem like there's just a plethora of options for you, but really he's already got the answer before you even started the video. This video has 1,064,000 shares. 1,064,000 people were like, "Damn, he got it right, let me share this shit." Are you kidding me? So let's move on to the next good old vid from Rick Lax. Alright, so this next video is one of his most popular videos on his platform. It has 152 million views, and it is of course a mind-reading video, so you know where the money's at.
I know you. I know what kind of person you are, and I'll tell you, but first you have to do something for me.
Oh shit! Rick Lax, what do you have in store for me? Well played.
Think of the month that you were born. Now, convert that month to a number.
I see what you do, I see what you do. Okay, 1, Rick, 1.
Use your unique birth number to get a new random number together.
A totally random number, huh? Interesting.
First step, take your birth number and multiply it by 2.
Boom.
Now add 10.
12.
And now divide by 2.
6.
And now subtract your birth month number.
Oh, subtract my birth number. This the number that I started with. So what you're saying is that that number did never really matter? That you're going to start with that number, then get rid of it later in the equation, so that it never really mattered in the first place? That's interesting, okay.
Okay, whatever random number you are thinking of right now.
Whatever totally random number you're thinking of right now.
Find the word on this list that goes with it.
Oh, consider it. Okay, interesting.
I know what kind of person you are. I'll tell you in a second, but before I do, you have to agree that if I get it right, you'll share this video with your friends. Okay?
Well played, Rick. Another contract. Now, I'm pissed about it, but, you know, I'll have to agree.
Some of your friends are normal, and some of them are pushovers, some of them are ecstatic, and some of them are pessimistic. And when you share this video on your timeline, it will change for them.
Oh, if I share this on my timeline, the video will change. That's surprising. That sounds possible.
But you're... consider it.
So there's one thing that's obviously wrong with this video. He gives you a number that he couldn't possibly know. And then later on in his equation, he makes you jump through a bunch of mathematical hoops, and then he gets rid of the number that he couldn't have possibly known. So now he's dealing with numbers that he already knows and that he's given to you. Also, another weird thing is considerate is the only... In this list, considerate is probably one of the only likable traits. You've got considerate next to mean, protective, pushover, crazy, normal, which is neutral, listless, boring, humorless, scheming, ecstatic, which is okay, I guess, and pessimistic. Rick, like anyone doesn't want to be considered considerate. One of the most interesting things about this video, too, is that he literally lies. He says that if you share this video, it's going to change for someone else. It's just straight up not true. The video cannot change. The information in the video will not change based on who's watching it and what type of personality they have. This isn't to say that Rick Lax isn't a talented magician. I've seen other videos that he's done where he's actually good at what he's doing and he's doing real magic tricks. But when your main source of promoting your channel is through this tabloid-esque kind of crap that you're doing, it just comes off really insincere. Overall, this speaks to the type of culture that Facebook is creating with this new algorithm it's promoting. It's this tabloid-esque, super shareable crap that I see in my newsfeed every day, and it's basically making Facebook unusable at this point. I will check Facebook occasionally, maybe to update my profile picture or keep my information updated, but I don't really use it anymore. I only use Facebook Messenger. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also hit the bell thing. That'll actually tell you when I have a video, and it will make sure that you get my videos when I release them, because YouTube sub boxes never and will never work. See you guys later. Peace.
Hey, no, no, no.
Shing, shing, shing. I'm making another video today, baby. I'm back. How do you like them apples? Champ. Hey guys, what's going on? Jibber Dad here. We're doing an episode of Fiverr Filth today. Hey, how's it going? We're back in the game, folks. We're back doing videos. If you don't know what Fiverr Filth is, this is a show where I look at the shittiest gigs on Fiverr.com, which is a freelancing website where you can buy and sell gigs for more than $5. So with that being said, let's just jump into it. My favorite place to find Fiverr Filth content is when I go to the fun and lifestyle section of Fiverr. I find just some real spicy gold there. Specifically under viral videos. Obviously, when I think of a viral video, I always think of I will do an angry and scary gamer spokesperson video or message.
I'm about to win this match, bro. I'm about to win this.
What I like about this is just the level of realism that is in this video. You know he's definitely playing a game and not just going like this with his controller.
Come on, that's cheating. What are you doing?
Come on, that's cheating.
You cheated.
Ah, what the heck?
Come on. Well, the match is over, but I'm so angry.
Now comes the point, of course, after I lose a match of Call of Duty, when I start to self-reflect.
I can use this anger to record a video.
I'm pissed off. But I could use this anger.
A spokesperson video or a message for you.
You can tell that he's trying to maintain the persona of an angry person, but in reality it's just him just kind of clenching his teeth as he talks.
Send somebody just $5. You know? I gotta get this anger out somehow. And you can get a video made by me. Just $5.
$5.
Exclusively on Fiverr.
Fiverr.com.
What are you
That was a strong acting choice. And that's what I want here. I want strong acting choices. Throwing that control on the ground.
You waiting for?
He probably, honestly, I think he's sitting on a beanbag chair, but I think it was still a strong acting choice. That was Powerful. That was powerful. I will teleport to the realm of Nagunu to bring back the name of your new pet, because that is a perfectly normal thing to be doing on Fiverr.com. He must have had some sort of crazy bad high. If you guys don't know what this gig actually is, it is actually a Nagunu naming ceremony, so don't get that fucked up or you will be sent to Nagunu. Shall bravely teleport to a realm that has the ancient and mysterious power to provide the most suitable name for your new pet. What could be more worth great personal risk than finding out the name of a stranger's new pet? Once there, I shall do battle with the realm's namekeepers in the form of expressive jazz semphore. Is that a thing? It's a system of sending messages by holding the arms of two flags or poles in certain directions according to an alphabetic code. Let's check out this next video. I will make a funny video with chatting dogs on a laptop, and this is the favorite. I can almost guarantee you that this is a favorite of your average dog mom. Dog moms, dog dads, this is for you. I'm going in. What I like about this specific gig is that it doesn't just start at $5, it does you one up. It starts at you at $100. Another thing that I like specifically about this that makes it so it's worth $100 is the fact that you will get the exact same video displayed above with the funnel and customizable options. By the way, those are 4 customizable options. But in all seriousness, essentially this person is making a killing off of doing essentially no work. Normally I wouldn't be giving this so much shit, but since I am an editor, I know how easy this is for this person. If they're just replacing the product, the company logo, the website URL, and a short description, 3 out of 4 of those is just clicking with the text tool and replacing whatever the sample text is with what they want you to fill it in with. That'll probably take like less than a half an hour. And I also don't know why it takes 4 days to deliver. I will have Tucker the Turtle say anything you want. Let's see what you got. Noah Zimmerman and your cheeky chubby face.
Hi guys, I'm Tucker the Turtle. I can say anything. I can wish someone a happy birthday, advertise your business, and much, much more.
Oh, fucking hell. Yikaroo. Dude, this kid's got 2 gigs. He's got him in this Tucker the Turtle thing, and then he's got him doing voice acting. You know this is him speaking. You also know it's this kid in that turtle costume. That turtle costume that is strangely loose.
I stand in front of my fabulous gray wall.
I like how we brought attention to the gray wall, as if we didn't already think it looked like it was in a drug house. So yeah, this is fucked.
In 1080p, 60 frames per second. I will say 50 words.
This is obviously a kid's character, but he still says that some bad words are okay. This one's, what the fuck's this called? This is called, I will make a pie cake in the face. This one's kind of weird, honestly. This is kind of weird. These people are literally just making a video, hitting each other in the face with pie. If there is a market for that, then absolutely go for it. That doesn't mean I'm not going to make fun of it. I think the weirdest part about this one is that the same guy, for the last 2 months, he's purchased it 6 times in the last 2 months. There's got to be something going on with this. Here's another guy who bought it 5 times. We don't know what's in these videos. It could just be pie in the face. Could be pie in the titty. You know, who knows? Not me. I think it's some weird pie. It's a weird pie fetish thing. I think it's a pie fetish thing. So that's gonna do it for today's Fiverr Filth. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna be making more videos on this channel, so stay tuned for more videos in the future. I think after the Milkman video and after I went on Carson's podcast, there's about like 500 more of you. Welcome to you. Welcome to the channel. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm Jibberdah, and I hope that you don't trip and break your nose.
Surprisingly slaughter Charles, which would essentially put Cream Time's business and the milk industry down the drain. Utilizing his massive amounts of money, Fiji hired an army of what we will be referring to now as water mercenaries, which actually were the same Hessian mercenaries that fought at the Battle of Trenton, but that's another story for another war. Upon hearing of this war waged against his creamy good time, Cream Time decided to call upon none other than the Sons of Liberty, baby. Specifically, Hercules Mulligan. Hercules Mulligan actually knew a guy that they had been considering for a war. They weren't sure if they were actually going to have to fight it, but, you know, his name is George Washington. Yeah, George Washington fought in the Milk War of 1775. You're welcome, all right? Okay, hear me out. Washington, with his military expertise and plethora of knowledge, hatched a plan. What was that plan? I'm about to fucking tell you. Can you not ask me questions while I'm doing a presentation? A uniform for all of the soldiers to wear so they could simultaneously help Cream Time deliver milk while also being able to spring into battle whenever needed. Boom, a milkman uniform. What's up, dude? Thanks for coming. This is how they won the war. This was the uniform of the Milkman Legion. In addition, they also donned a very famous milkman hat, which had a very wide interior, which allowed them to store more bullets to fight in battle, because they're milkman soldiers. It was an ammo bag. That's what it was all along. Eventually, the Milkman Legion prevailed against Carlos Fiji and his water mercenaries, and they burned his house down and they tarred and feathered him. And I think they also killed his family. The Milkman uniform became a widely respected symbol of the prevailing of small business against evil large corporations. One cannot talk about the history of milk without first touching on the event that was appropriately named the corruption of the golden cow that occurred in World War II. Essentially what was going on was the German army had been researching specific artifacts of power in order to gain themselves a footing in the war. Through their research, they discovered the ancient Egyptian tomb of the golden cow, said to contain the most powerful dairy known to man. Legend has it that if you were to drink the milk from the golden cow, you would gain the powers of God itself, which is a little OP, I'm gonna be honest, and also a cow. Why would you do, whose plan was that? What even is the purpose of having a cow like this? One of the officers that was part of this research team, Friedrich, literally a Nazi, was obsessed with gaining this power for the German army. Let me break it down for you. Friedrich, literally a Nazi, that's his name. He goes into the tomb. Dumb move. Next thing, he finds the golden cow's milk. Wow, look at that, it's the golden cow's milk. Next step, he touches it. Hell portal. We don't like Friedrich, literally a Nazi, all right? Because he kind of fucked things for a little bit, okay? There was rainstorms. There was locusts. More than normal locusts. And this wasn't just any normal hell portal. This was a class 6 hell portal, all right? Which means you've got big guys, little crunchy men, big, tall rhinos with axes and giant swords that can speak in Latin. Hello? Demons, doot boys, crazy werewolves. You've got slugs with lasers. You've got evil Phil. You've got storks, but with no beak, and instead it's a Gatling gun. And a couple bonus ones you probably don't know. You got big lights with no off switch, little kids that are just a fucking nuisance, and you've got at least 15 to 20 Karens, but except they have knives, which doubles the danger there. And big buckets of dynamite. It was only until a separate stealth team of milkmen were able to perform the sacrament of dairy on the hell portal in order to close it. This eventually placed the Milkman Legion on the front lines of World War II, fighting the Germans and eventually taking Berlin. Because of this mission, President Dwight D. Eisenhower decided to give the Medal of Honor to the squad leader of the Milkman Legion, Peyton Manning. This event was probably the most monumental thing that has happened to the milk industry in its history, of course, until 40 years later with the robot cow uprising. So, the year was 1984, and famous robotics and genetics trailblazer Greg Lil Ratman was trying to develop a breed of cow that would be able to produce a similar amount of milk to that of the famous mega cow, Charles. Utilizing his unique understanding of robotics and genetics, Lil Ratman was able to develop a cyber mega cow. A breed of cyborg cow with advanced intelligence that was able to decide for itself the amount of proper nutrients in order to maximize milk production. I mean, the thing is about these kind of things is that they never go well, right? Why would you give advanced intelligence to a cow, all right? We've been taking advantage of them for 10,000 fucking years. Oh, nice one, dude. I think you can kind of see where this is going. But it didn't go well. So Greg's dead. One of the cows learned to develop itself laser vision. So that was a problem, I suppose. Yeah, it was an issue. Okay, this is where things get a little bit ridiculous, so bear with me here. What else are you going to do as a vengeful robot cow in 1984? Well, of course you're going to exacerbate the tensions between Russia and the USA. The cows used their advanced intelligence to hack into Russian missile silos. You know, nuclear war would be now a possibility here, okay? Overall, an event second only to the Cuban Missile Crisis. So pretty good for cows caused quite a problem. However, thanks to the top secret agents at Creamtime Intelligence Agency, they were able to take down the cyber mega cow for good. So here we are, present day. You know, where the hell am I? Where the hell's my car?
Oh yeah. What's up? It's the holiday season. Everybody knows the drill. Okay, the mainstream media says it's the holidays, guys. The mainstream media wants you to buy presents for everyone. It's a capitalist scheme. Everybody knows what happens this time of the year. A species of gingerbread man called the Chimichanga Boys will arise from the Earth's mantle in order to mate. This only happens every 10 years, but I think people have the timeline wrong. People seem to be wanting to make gingerbread houses every single year in order to house these creatures, but in reality, it only needs to happen in 2019. The next time we'll be doing it is 2029. This is an example right here of a gingerbread house making kit. There we go. Gotta get that on there. And there you have it, folks. A perfect gingerbread house. That's not a real gingerbread house! So join me as we make a gingerbread house from scratch. I've got an issue with the mainstream format of gingerbread houses, okay? Even this recipe that I've got here from the Food Network, it calls for this really idealistic view of a household, but a lot of the time that's not the case. Many houses are abandoned or they're foreclosed. I'm gonna make a foreclosed and abandoned gingerbread house. So let's go over the ingredients for the gingerbread. 1 stick of butter at room temperature. Always use Kerrygold or you're dead to me. 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar. 1/4 cup of light molasses. Tablespoon of ground cinnamon. A tablespoon of ground cloves. I have no idea what these are. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, baby. 2 cups all-purpose flour. And then 2 tablespoons of water. In a large mixing bowl, cream the butter, brown sugar, molasses, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, and baking soda together until the mixture is smooth. Then we blend in the flour and water to make a stiff dough. Stiff dough. We're gonna make a stiffy. That's boner in British. Let's do it. I need to get a bowl. This should work, or allegedly. Okay, so we've got to cream the butter in. Last time I creamed butter, I apparently did it wrong. I need to turn this butter to liquid. Apparently, you're not supposed to melt the butter in a microwave, which, you know, it kind of makes sense in hindsight. There it is. Oh. Brown sugar. Oh, nice. Why does it look like that? 4 tablespoons of fucking molasses. That looks like oil. Ground ginger. Yum, yum, yum. Those of you who don't know, ginger is actually a root. 1.5 teaspoons ground cloves. No! Shit! This is not ground cloves, this is whole cloves! Fuck! This is like devil sperm. Can I grind it up, maybe? This is gonna be my mortar, and this is gonna be my pestle, as in the back of this fucking knife. I don't know what I'm doing. This should show the fact that I'm currently grinding up ground cloves with the back of a knife. This is just because I'm too lazy to go to the grocery store. This is the worst. That's barely one. Fuck. Screw it. Alright, we're moving on. 1 teaspoon baking soda. Alright, that's in there. We've got to cream it. I don't have a fucking whisk. We're gonna use a fork. 2 cups all-purpose flour. Oh yeah. Boing. 2 tablespoons water. 1, 2. And now I gotta mix this until it becomes a dough. Let's see how that goes. I'm just gonna I think that this is a dough. That's gotta be dough. It's time to fuck shit up. This has been chilling for 30 minutes, this dough boy. We gotta roll it out. Oh, I need to cut out pieces of paper for the gingerbread house template. All I have is lined paper. This seems like it actually might not go how any of us planned for it to go. I'm just gonna build it the way I want to. There's all these rules, and I think that it's just a load of shit. Fucking hell. Make sure you preheat the oven to 375 degrees before you make the cookies. I'm gonna sprinkle a bunch of flour on here. I'm gonna cut this out like that. FYI, this is not what it's telling me to do in the directions. Oh, no! It's debatable on whether or not this stuff is going to hold its shape. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do very good architecture here. Oh, this sucks. Oh, this is gonna be really bad. There's the pieces of the ginger house. Looks like it's gonna look pretty good. This is gonna be so fucking awesome. Nothing about what I have going on here could go wrong. This stuff is just about ready to go in the oven, so I guess we're just gonna have to fucking hope for the best. So I'm gonna put this in the oven now. Sweet. As if things could get any worse. I burnt most of it. But it's okay. It's fine. We're chilling, and we're gonna rise above this. Let me show you the little garnishes I have ready to go. These chocolate things. Spice drops. Cotton candy for snow. Peppermint things. I think we're ready to go. Oh, fuck. I don't know why everybody's so worried. Stop being worried. FYI, this video is now in architect mode. That's right, folks. We're building ourselves our perfect gingerbread house. First of all, I need to get the frosting in one of these bags. We gotta assemble the house. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit flatter. With scissors. I'm gonna try to assemble it. No! After all this, I'm starting to understand why people buy the kits. Hey! No, no, no! This icing isn't drying. It's supposed to dry. Come on, please. You don't know what's at stake here. My reputation. Please. It manages to stay up a little bit. And maybe if I just keep adding icing to it, that'll solve any issues I run into. We're just gonna keep going and then hope that by some act of God, this thing stays together. No, here's the thing though, guys. I never said I was good at making gingerbread houses. And that also stems from the fact that I've never made one before. Oh, no, no! It's really not staying together, so I'm just gonna keep gluing it. Why don't I glue on the inside too? I wonder how long I have to wait for this to dry. I'm gonna leave this alone for like 20 minutes. And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna see if it's dried. And if it is, then we'll know that this recipe works. And if it doesn't, then that means that we've made a grave mistake. So we're just gonna take these off. Okay, it has structure now. So now all we gotta do is put the roof on, I guess. Just stay on, you ass. Hey! And now all we gotta do is just put the other part of the roof on, right? Okay! No, just stay on. Okay, guys. I mean, that looks pretty good. Now let's make the roofing. We've got the garnishes now. I'm just adding these little peppermint guys on the top here. The tiling is sliding. It's sliding down the roof. No! Gumdrops! I gotta put the gumdrops on. I got little time, very little time. No, stay together. I feel kind of crap. No! Stay, please, just stay on. Oh! No! It was there for a moment, and it was beautiful. Oh, please, no. There it is. It's fixed. No, it's not. Please just stay together. Boom, it's complete. Fuck. I gotta add the last part to it before it falls apart. That's the cotton candy snow. I wanted to put snow on top because it was winter. Quickly. No, no. Fuck! I've got an idea. We put this here, then we put this here. We've got what looks very similar to an abandoned home. That looks pretty good. This, my friends, looks like a gingerbread house. There's no doors, and there's no windows. This is indicative of the 2008 housing crisis. And you know, at the end of the day, I'd say that this is a win. This is the product of American ingenuity, and you can't take that away from me. You can't. Thanks so much for joining me on this video on how to make a gingerbread house from scratch. I hope you learned something, because I sure did not. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think.
Stupid panda, that's what he is. But what is most ridiculous is when they enter the gold room and there is literally a giant stone statue in a T-pose with a huge sign that says, "Beware he who utters these words," which is probably the most on-the-nose thing I have ever seen in a movie. Then of course the panda says it because he has a brain made of rocks and has no value to anyone.
See here? It says, don't say Jing Yu Meng.
So then they have to fight this giant golem, and then they defeat it by pulling a cork out of its neck. And then KG, of course, is like,
You never cease to amaze me.
Completely ignores all of the mistakes that the master has made so far. Basically, the rest of the movie you can pretty much guess. They get to the main room where the bad guy's at, and then KG has to fight them all. Here's a summary of what that viewing experience is like.
The little pest has come for her prince. He's way out of your league, peasant girl.
Well, he would never be with an old hag like you.
So then the Dragon King's on fire, and then of course he accidentally sets on fire his conveniently placed stock of gunpowder because I guess he's stupid. And then they escape with the prince before the palace blows up. And then the prince is reunited with his father. Yay, everybody wins.
Thank you all for bringing my son back to me. And there will always be a special place for you in our kingdom.
And of course, no movie of this quality would be nearly as good if they did not end the film with a dancing scene. What even is that dance? So yeah, that was The Prodigy. Before we move on to the next knockoff, this video is sponsored by Honey. Have you ever been online shopping and at checkout you scoured through Reddit posts and those sketchy websites to try to find a discount code that worked, but like 90% of the time they just didn't work? Honey gets rid of that entire process. Honey is the free online shopping tool that helps you find promo codes and adds them to your cart. Let's say you're shopping on some website like Old Navy. I'm choosing Old Navy because like half of my shirts are from Old Navy and I don't know why. So I'm buying a bunch of t-shirts on Old Navy, specifically this Nacho Problem t-shirt that I'm pretty excited about. When you check out, this little box drops down and all you have to do is just apply the coupons. And then it just scans the entire internet for promo codes. Right here, it's saving me around $20. And then bada bing, you save some money. Look at you go. It's pretty cool that Honey is sponsoring this video because this is literally a tool that I've already been using for like 6 months. It just finds discount codes that you just wouldn't have known about otherwise. Honey has saved its members over $2 billion in savings, and it supports over 30,000 stores online. There is literally no reason not to get Honey. It just saves you money. It's free, it installs in 2 clicks, and you can get it at joinhoney.com/Ted. That's right, baby, joinhoney.com/Ted. Thanks in advance for checking it out. It's actually a helpful tool, and thank you to Honey for sponsoring this video. The Adventures of Panda Warrior. What a film this is! It's good. This film is incredibly different from the previous Kung Fu Panda knockoff, and yet still definitely a Kung Fu Panda knockoff. They're getting smarter, you see. They're sneaky. They're little ninjas. I'd like to point out that this movie has a surprisingly high-tier cast of voice actors. And there's a level of comedy and how that does literally nothing to prevent the film from being god-awful. You've got Rob Schneider, who was on SNL in the 70s and has a host of some pretty popular movies. His IMDb list is huge. You've got Haley Duff, older sister of Hilary Duff, also known as Lizzie McGuire. You've even got Tom Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants. How did he get wrapped up in this? The movie starts in ancient China, which should be expected of any respectable Kung Fu Panda knockoff. However, it very much so does not stay that way, like at all. One of the first things that you notice about the animation quality of this film, it's almost too smooth. I think that the way that they animated a lot of this was that they had people in tracking suits moving around. There's just some sort of uncanny valley watching the way that they move around. Essentially, we've got this main character who's a human named Patrick. Also, Patrick? In ancient China. There's a whole lot of war going on, and Patrick isn't really into that. But he's enlisted in the army, and he's basically getting the shit kicked out of him. He runs away, and then he falls off a cliff, and then his necklace activates, and then there's a talking pig. Because you guessed it, he's in Maryland, baby. Essentially what happens is Patrick is transported to Maryland, and in the process of doing that, he is also turned into a panda. Do not ask me why he turned into a panda, because I do not know. Maryland is probably the most ridiculous rendition of any reality I've ever seen. None of it makes sense. He's a little baby boy, so he's freaking out about how he's a panda now. So then he starts talking to this supporting character named Peggy Skyflyer, who is the worst character that has ever been written. She is the worst. She's a pig, but look at this. Look at her ears. I don't even know if they are ears. There's no ear canal. They are literally like tendrils coming out of her head. Like, why would you design a character this way? It's horrendous. And they flop around like giant meaty triangles. It is distractingly off-putting. And to make matters worse, as if they could get any worse, is that the way that this pig flies is that she propels herself by fucking turning herself into a toot rocket. And then she gives him this whole thing about how the cats are being mind controlled by the evil master. And shit ain't doing as well in Maryland as stupid Patrick thought, because you know why?
War never changes.
Patrick decides to start following Peggy around because he's a scared little idiot, and they end up fighting a giant spider, which Peggy defeats with a fart. Like, how many fart jokes are they gonna get out of this one character? Is that her thing? That she's rude and she farts? So the story of this movie is basically that Maryland is at war with this evil master. And it's Patrick's job to help save Maryland and put it back to normal. There's just so many various confusing parts to this story, and it's just so overly complicated. But I'm gonna try to do my best to make this make sense. But no promises. At one point they're making a fire and Peggy just whips out a lighter because they have them in Maryland. A fashionable goat, a mad scientist monkey, and my personal favorite, a beagle with nunchucks. We basically learn that these guys are in a resistance against the evil master, and they go to meet their leader played by Norm Macdonald. And there's also a random old man turtle that has a human nose. Thought I'd mention that one. It goes into this whole part where the Norm Macdonald line explains like all of the lore in this universe, and we're like 40 minutes into the film. So I'm gonna do my best to summarize that real quick. Okay, hear me out. So there's like these two whales, right? And they're and they swim around a Dragon Ball, and that's the Dragon Ball of life, right? And, but then one of the whales went out of control and started destroying shit in Maryland. But then it turns out that Patrick's grandpa was the prophesized panda warrior, and he defeated the whale and turned it back to normal, which is all fine and good. But then the evil rat comes in. I mean, yeah, I guess that's a pretty fucked up situation. Holy shit. Like, you can't just throw all of that shit onto us this far into the movie. Okay, so the evil master's a 9-headed snake. You've got Princess Angelica, Grandpa Panda, evil rat. So Patrick wants to fight the bad guy, okay? Go figure, right? So then they put in these two training scenes where he's just freaking struggling. Struggle City, Struggle Town, population Patrick. But then on the third scene, he just starts eating all of these bamboo projectiles that are part of his training. And the Lion King is like, you're freaking ready, man. Wonder 7, they go off to fight the evil master. But lo and behold, they can't find his lair because it's in the sky. It is almost a fruitless effort to try to explain this film. So then the tree stump guy, who's a good guy now, he's like, we gotta talk to this purple raccoon I know. So Patrick and him go and talk to this freaky looking purple raccoon, right? And the raccoon gives him a rock that'll help him find the secret lair. And then they come back and everyone's been captured and put under mind control all of a sudden. There's also this weird moment where they find the goat on the ground, but then the tree guy starts beating the living shit out of the goat for a couple seconds. seconds.
Hi, Go. No, I wasn't scared. Are you alright? Everything okay?
Okay, so they find the castle of the evil master. Boom. But then they get attacked by mind-controlled Peggy Skyflyer, who now has throwing knives. And how do they defeat her? You guessed it, probably not. Patrick kicks her in the ass and she farts out of her eyeballs and passes out. What was that?
I'm the one who fooled you, sucker!
I don't know that character. It's a bug that comes in and says a line to imply that they've been fooled by him, but it doesn't explain who that character is, and he never shows up before or after in the film. It remains a mystery to me who that character was. So then they fight the 9-headed snake, right? It shoots out a different element in each head because, I don't know. And also one of the mouths shoots arrows out of it because why not? And then the tree guy like blows himself up. Good riddance. We didn't need him anyways. Screw that guy, honestly. Okay, so they find the princess, and then the bull guy walks through, and the mantis shows out, and he's just tunneled an escape route. There might be over 20 characters in this film, designed exclusively to fill plot holes. And it's very hard to keep track of them all. So at the end, there's a final battle between the Wonder 7 and Patrick the Panda, and the evil snake master demon thing. Jimmy Ginseng comes back. You know the drill. He's playing the old tune. And I guess it weakens the snake. And then all of a sudden, all of the onion dogs come out and they like cry come on the fucking snake. And then probably the weirdest part of the film happens in these. Where did that even come from? Why did it turn into an anime all of a sudden? And then they all attack at the same time. And then he gets defeated. And then the rat crawls out of the snake's mouth and like runs away. And so they win. But not without a dancing scene.
This is hope. This is love.
And then the movie ends, which begs the question, is Patrick just stuck there? Does he just never go home? He's trapped in a horrifically strange nightmare land where nothing makes sense and all of the people are rude. That's horrifying. I think that this movie is probably worse than The Prodigy in particular because there was more on the line for this movie than The Prodigy. It's definitely clear that the animation is done by more than 4 people, and they had enough of a budget to get C, B, or even A-list voice actors in the case of Tom Kenny. So to come out with a movie that is just so incredibly confusing, has so many writing problems, and just looks so bad is so embarrassing. So those were Kung Fu Panda knockoffs. I hope you enjoyed them. I didn't. I had to watch each of those movies at least 5 times. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you like this video, and if you want to tell me what you thought, comment below, baby. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and keep it radical, my guy.